3, 2, 1.
This episode of Lion's Den was brought to you by Common Sense. I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. Welcome to the Lion's Den. 144 million on the rise again. Yes. And you better show some intellect. That'll be the only way a nigga ever get respect. Real. Welcome to the Lion's Den. 144 million on the rise again. Yes. And you better show some intellect. That'll be the only way a nigga ever get respect. Real. Jeremiah. I'm finna bring the fire. Cause on the second turn, you don't crucify the Messiah. Roaring like a lion instead of being defiant. You better come together and try to form an alliance. BlackJesusMinister, new heavyweight champ. Finna turn the lights on instead of using a lamp. They try to keep up with us, but they niggas catching a cramp. Israelites, now that's the name of the camp. That's a divine prospect. Shout out to the brother Ron. When they see the Hebrews, other ideologies run. Then apology comes, forever calling us dumb. Breaking all of the facts and leave them silent and numb. So YirmeYah, call up, then you holler. We got no problem, tell the truth, and we follow. Got skilled debaters, like Michael Edwards. We never go run, PowerPoint, we bring the lecture. Welcome to the Lion's Den, 144 million on the rise again. Yes. And you better show some intellect. That'll be the only way a nigga ever get respect. Real. Welcome to the Lion's Den, 144 million on the rise again. Yes. And you better show some intellect. That'll be the only way a nigga ever get respect. Real. Now we can do in your interviews. We got a multitude of knowledge, so how can we lose? Used to be in the gang, so I give them the blues. Welcome to the Lion's Den, we deep when we face you. I know it's hard to understand your ancestors was a slave, but challenging biblical knowledge, homie, we get played. Intellectually, I know you really hear me, you're standing right here. Look at me, king. Yeah, you gon' get this work. When the father don't spend his time, that mean he fit this curve. We the people like it or not. Take a look at your block. The rise of AOC, YirmeYah, cause we got it on lock. Identify through our conditions. Try to label us African without permission. Never laying down, tapping out, no submission. See us in the streets every day, we on a mission. Welcome to the Lion's Den, 144 million on the rise again. Yes. And you better show some intellect. That'll be the only way a nigga ever get respect. Real. Welcome to the Lion's Den, 144 million on the rise again. Yes. And you better show some intellect. That'll be the only way a nigga ever get respect. Real. We get a certain type of treatment in the conscious community. We get a certain type of treatment in the conscious community, which you are at the forefront of, Sonia. So what we're saying is, if we want to have a dialogue and discussion about what is good for Black people and what should we be dealing with within our community and our faith, and we wanted to have an intelligent conversation. So why don't you invite me on your show, one-on-one, me and you? We can set that up. That's not a problem. We can't hear the video out. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Loud and clear. I don't know if BlackJesusMinister have his mic muted. Got your mic muted.
I forgot to unmute my mic. I do apologize. So here we go, brothers and sisters. the National Negro Anthem. I do apologize, everybody. All right, if it doesn't skip for me. Come on, song. All right, I'll tell you what, I'll play this thing at the end. So we'll play it at the end. Let's go, Jeremiah. Take it over, brother. Brother Jeremiah.
Unmute your mic, Jeremiah.
You're on mute.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Yes, sir. We
All
here,
right,
brother.
all right. Welcome to the Lion's Den and the Black Jesus Minister radio show. Live and direct. And what we got here is a failure to kind of communicate between both of these parties who both believe in the Bible. The title of this is the Great Debate. Are we Hermetic or Shemitic? That's what we're going to figure out. We got everyone, the contestants is Black Jesus Minister versus YirmeYah from the House of Redeemed Service. And yeah, everybody know Black Jesus Minister from Black Jesus Radio. We can look both of them up on Facebook. What I like to do first is have each one of them introduce themselves, starting with Jeremiah.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Khan.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I just want to give all praise and glory to the Abanawa Yahweh Shema Mashiach Yahushai. It's a pleasure and honor to be here to represent the nation of Israel and the truth of the Bible to the best of my ability. You know, I'm here with a brother who I respect dearly, a dearly loved brother who stands for truth. And we're just going to come together and let truth reign, man. We're going to look at making sure that we stay on topic on who are the Israelites. Are they Hamitic or Shemitic?
All right. Now, Black Jesus Minister, go ahead and tell everybody who you are.
I sure will. Can y'all hear your boy?
We hear you loud and clear, family.
All right. Well, this is your boy, Black Jesus Minister, the Ecclesiastes, 3 Christian, balling and crawling all the way from Houston, Texas. My goodness, the Pan-African, Babylonian, Sumerian, Kemetic, Israelite, Canaanite, Israelite, Christian on the scene. My goodness.
Right.
Today, brothers and sisters, today on this Sunday with my dear brother YirmeYah and hosting today, brother Jeremiah, Judah 7,000.
7,000 in the building.
Today's debate and topic is the great debate. Are the Israelites Ham or Shem? Are the Israelites Ham or Shem? And your boy, Black Jesus Minister, intends to prove that the Israelites are indeed Ham, brothers and sisters. So again, thank you, brother YirmeYah, for accepting this debate and collaborating with this debate, and to the judges who are here, who will be spending their time listening intently to this debate and rendering a decision, and to our audience members, those of you should be listening and can listen right here live at Black Jesus Radio, all one word, Black Jesus Radio, all one word, at YouTube, Google Hangout. Share the link with your friends and your family and your associates and on your social media platform. And you guys are allowed and are privileged to go right ahead and rebroadcast this live on your social media platforms, Facebook Live, whatever. You guys have our permission to do that. No problem whatsoever. Black Jesus Radio, all one word. And again, back to Jeremiah Judah, who will introduce our judges and our reader for brother YirmeYah.
All right. Shalom. Show me how about shy, but I can die. Welcome to the Lions Den. Hey, this is gonna be one of the first great debates that we got going on. There's gonna be plenty more to come. Right now, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. We
Can
got
y'all hear me? All right, we're gonna introduce a couple of some of the judges first. You know, I'm gonna say their name. If they want to speak on a little bit, then we can get it going. Just keep it short and sweet. Trenches Wade, the Aboriginal Hebrew. Go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself real quick. Then we're gonna get to the next judge. You want to speak? If not, hey, I just call your name out. Go ahead, family.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Just call my name, family.
All right. And the next judge is Priest Daniela. You want to tell everybody a little bit something about your organization and yourself, or you just want to keep it moving?
Let's just keep it pushing.
All right. Okay, family, that's cool. And then the reader, Mahara Kra. I think you want to tell anybody about your organization real quick and keep it moving?
Don't forget about
the reader.
Okay, the reader. Yeah, he's a reader. He's a reader.
Third judge,
okay, all right. And then we got okay. All right, now and then the next that's only name. Then brother Black Jesus Minister, what's the name of your judge? I mean, that you brought with you. I don't think I got his name. You never told me his name. Is he here?
Brother Neo.
All right, yeah, okay, brother Neo is in the house. Mr. Neo Love, tell a little something about yourself, or you want to keep it moving? It's like, hey, it's up to you.
Moving, y'all already know.
All right, y'all shine a little bit later now. That's cool, but don't ever say I didn't give you a chance to get you put your stuff out. You're welcome in the den. You're welcome, all y'all welcome in the den. All right. So we're gonna have 4 10-minute rounds, and then we're gonna in the first 2 rounds, we're gonna let the first 10-minute rounds go by, and then we're gonna have a question. Each debater will ask each other 3 questions, and they get to actually response after that. After you answer their question, the other debater will have a chance to even rebuttal that. Then we're gonna go back to the 2 rounds, and then we're gonna add everybody else to come on into the den and ask questions. Well, before that, also after the judges have done their thing, each contestant can also answer those judges why did they vote against it. We're keeping the 7,000. So go ahead. Hey, the beginning of the debate. Who want to go first?
Brother YirmeYah and I agreed that I would go first, Brother Judah.
All right, everybody mute their mics, and we're gonna start the 10 minutes. Let me see what time is it right now. It's 3:02. I'm gonna give you 3:03 and 3:13. It's over. It's over for you. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Ding,
and can
ding,
you start?
ding. Let it begin. Hey, the great debate. Let's go.
All right, Brother YirmeYah. I'm about to share my screen. So if you will start my time exactly when my screen starts, pops up, and you verify.
Yeah, at 3:03. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, thank you. Now this Johnny Joe guy who just joined the panel, we need you to drop off, Johnny, because it's not time for the general audience to be on the panel.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Shalom, that's D1. Yo, I'll be back.
Right. Yeah, just come on back.
No, that's D1. He's an alternative judge. No, let him stay. No, D1 get to stay. He's an alternative judge.
Oh, he's an alternative judge? Oh, okay.
You ran him off, man. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't.
Come on back in, family.
I didn't know.
Remember you said bring an extra judge just in case one dropped.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry about that, man. Yeah, come on back.
All right, now. So you messing up on my behind the scenes work. That's all right. Now you're gonna have to stick to being in the debate and let me handle the judges and folks popping in. All right. Now Black Jesus Minister, his viewpoint is I'm gonna tell everybody what you believe. He believed that most Israelite we are Kemetic. So I'm gonna let him start that off and go ahead and go. Your 10 minutes. What time is 3:04? You got your 3:14. Your time starts now. Everybody mute your mic.
Can you hear me, YirmeYah?
I hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Can you see my screen, YirmeYah?
Yes, sir.
All right, Brother YirmeYah, can you see my screen, dear brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, thank you all for being here. All right, brothers and sisters, you guys can go to Black Jesus Radio Facebook, our Facebook group, our official Facebook group, Black Jesus Radio, all one word. Go there, click that join button, and all of my presentations are there on the top of my timeline at our official Facebook group, Black Jesus Radio. All of these presentations and this presentation is there for you guys' inspections and the links. All right. So this particular post that I have at Black Jesus Radio, brothers and sisters, it says, praise God, Ham African Israelite. The E1B1A DNA origin, homeland, Bantu people. Isaiah 19:25, Egypt, my people. These are the quoted words of God in Isaiah 19:25. Egypt is God's people. God, the God of the Bible, the God of the Old Testament, the God of the New Testament, declared that Egypt is his people, which is the modern terminology, but the ancient terminology is Kemet or Kemetic or Kemet. So my brother Jeremiah said that Brother Black Jesus Minister is going to prove that the Israelites are Kemetic. Yes, true, and not true to a certain extent. Now, nationally, yes, but nationally, no, but genetically, yes, because the word Kemet, K-E-M, comes from the word Cam or Ham, C-H-E-M, or K-E-M, or Ham, which is the root word and the root name of the Egyptian and the Hamitic people. So the name Kemet is associated with the father of all black people, which is biblically known as Ham, H-A-M, or Cham, C-H-E-M. So again, from Ham or Cham, C-H-E-M, H-A-M, you derive Cam, K-E-M, and you derive Kemet. And in the Bible, Egypt is called the land of Ham, the land of Ham, that this is where the Hamites originated. All black people of black hue originated in the area of Kemet, Ham, which the Bible refers to as the land of Ham. Now, brothers and sisters, many of you brothers and sisters are familiar with the E1B1A because many of you brag that the E1B1A is the haplogroup of the Hebrew Israelites. And brothers and sisters, yes, Brother Black Jesus Minister agrees that yes, indeed, the E1B1A is the haplogroup for the Black Hebrew Israelites. But is it only for the Black Hebrew Israelites? And is it origins with the Hebrew Israelites? Dear brothers and sisters, no, it is not. Its origins are with the fathers and the mothers of the Hebrew Israelites, which is indeed Hamitic and African and Bantu, brothers and sisters. Bantu is Hamitic, not Shemitic. Let me say that again. The E1B1A gene originated with the Bantu Hamitic African people. And this post and the links proves exactly what I'm saying. And Brother Jeremiah, do the same thing for Brother YirmeYah. When I have 2 minutes left, please yell out that I have 2 minutes, Brother Jeremiah. All right. Now, brothers and sisters, here's the Wikipedia link right here. You can click it and read right along with it, or go to Black Jesus Radio Facebook and look at this very post and link right now as I read it. And it says here, the E1B1A gene, brothers and sisters, this is me talking now, that was this old scientific DNA name. The new name it has been given is here at the very top. It's called the haplogroup EV38. So the EV38 is the same as the E1B1A, brothers and sisters. All right. Now, what is this thing doing? You can wait for it to become. All right, says wait. So, okay. So Jeremiah, can you still see my screen?
You got 5 minutes left.
Okay, can you still see my screen?
Yeah, you good.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. So, and it says, brothers and sisters, let me click the see more button right here. and I hope it cooperates with me, because I did get an error message on my computer saying that that I was having an issue and it's not cooperating with me. All righty, okay. Maybe I need to pull up another screen. Let me see if it's gonna work this time. I'm clicking the see more button, guys, so I can read the details in this post.
You got 4 minutes remaining, my friend.
Thank you, brother. My goodness. Okay, let me see if I can open up another link. Let me see if I can open it up. I apologize, guys. And,
you can have more time if you're having technical difficulties. I want you to be able to get your information out.
Okay,
all right,
we can do that. That's fair. Yeah. That's love. That's number love, man.
Thank you, brother.
We're gonna stop your time at 3:10 and get your stuff together.
Thank you very much, brothers.
All right.
Try that.
We respect the elders around here.
All right, go to Black Jesus Radio. Come on now, come on, work for daddy. I don't know. Let me click that. I don't know why.
List, brother? Got to work on your friend list, brother.
Now that ain't my friend list, but they might be friends though.
I can't see it.
Okay, yeah, it's slowly coming up.
All right, you got to get your Apple computer or something now. You slowing up the process.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Damn, come on now. I think I got it. Okay.
This a family show. Remember that.
Come on. I think I need to turn my video off. This is ridiculous. Come on now.
I'm gonna give you hey, you got 3 minutes, man.
Come on.
You gonna have to freestyle it if I was you. I'm gonna stay out of it.
Oh, there it is.
All right. We back on track, everybody. All right. We ain't gonna dock you. The next time this happens, we're gonna have the judges might have to dock you a point. Like, like if you hit somebody below the belt, you would get docked a point. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's continue with the great debate.
Thank you, brother. All right, you can start my clock, man.
All right, your clock starts. It is 3:13. You got 3 more minutes. You got 3 more minutes left. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. All right.
I'm gonna give you 4. Can we give him 4, y'all? 3 minutes. Go ahead. I'm sorry. We can't give you no extra. Okay. Go ahead. 3 minutes.
All right. Haplogroup EV38 is a human Y chromosome. DNA haplogroup, and it's primarily distributed in Africa. EV38, which has 2 basal branches. And guys, don't ask me to explain all this DNA jargon. I'm just reading it. EM329, formerly E1B1C or E1B1, and EM2, formerly E3A and E1B1A. The EM329 subclade is today almost exclusively found in Ethiopia. EM2 is the predominant subclade in Western Africa, Central Africa, Southern Africa, and the region of Africa, Great Lakes, and occurs at moderate frequencies in North Africa. Moderate frequencies in North Africa, where Israel and Egypt is, because Israel and the land of Canaan is North Africa.
And time.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, can I ask my question? One yes or no question, real quickly.
Yes, sir. You sure can.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. And he will get 1 minute to answer it.
Yeah, wait until Jeremiah starts your time. Wait until Jeremiah starts your time.
His time starts at 3:15. Go ahead. It's starting. You got like 20 seconds before it starts. 3:15. He can start right now. I'm giving an extra 20.
Hold on.
3:14.
No. Why is it on my time? He said I can ask during his time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No.
Question, right?
Yeah. What I'm saying,
I told him he get a 1 minute to answer your question, Jeremiah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he's saying start my time. He said I can ask one question on his time.
See, yeah, you shouldn't even ask the question. You should have just came in with your 10 minutes, man. We ain't gonna start the confusion now. Let's get it together, Israel. And
okay,
came in. All right. Now what we're gonna do, Jeremiah, you can ask him a question. All I'm saying, he get 1 minute to answer it, and then we're gonna get to your time.
Yeah,
all right. Now ain't no knockoff.
Not on my time.
He ain't making the rules. Pay attention to the host and the moderator. He ain't making the rules like that. I just pick. You get 1 minute. All right, let's get it.
Hold on for a second. Listen to me, Jeremiah.
Oh, here we go. Why we holding on? It's that simple. He's going to ask you a question, and then you got 1 minute to answer. The time can start right now, 3:15, and then after he answers, then your time will start for you 1 minute. Go ahead.
Right.
All right, there we go. Let's get some order. Go ahead.
All right, so
go ahead, Jeremiah. Ask me a question.
My question is this.
I'm gonna write it down.
Have you personally taken a DNA test?
No, personally, I have not taken a DNA test yet, brother.
Okay, that's all I need from him.
Okay, now your time can start. Your time will start at 3:17, but you got a little bit extra. It's 3:16, so go ahead and start.
Yeah, Maharakai.
Your time will stop at 10 minutes. Will stop at 3:27. Go ahead. You got a little extra time. Go ahead. If you want to get it going.
Maharakai, let me get Genesis chapter. Let me get Genesis chapter 11 and 10.
All right, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 11, verse 10. These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begot Arphaxad 2 years after the flood.
So now, as we can see, brothers and sisters, this is the generation of Shem. All right, we're not gonna play no games here. We Bible believers, and we're gonna go into the Bible to substantiate lineage. We're gonna go into the Bible to substantiate lineage. All right. So now, drop down to the 25th verse.
Genesis 11:25. And Nahor lived after he begot Terah 119 years and begot sons and daughters. And Terah lived 70 years and begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran.
So as we can see, brothers and sisters, Abraham is from the lineage of Shem. The debate is over. Okay, it's over. It's done. Abraham is from the lineage of Shem. Give me Exodus chapter 3, verse 6.
Exodus 3 and 6. The book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 6. And it reads, moreover, he said, I am the God of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob.
So as we can see, now we have the connection to the Israelites from the lineage of who? Abraham. And Abraham comes from the lineage of who? Shem. He does not come from the lineage of Ham. Anything more than that is confusion, brothers and sisters. All right. So we have direct lineage showing that Abraham is the grandfather of Jacob from the lineage of Shem. All right. So now when you look up the word holy, definition for the word holy is to be separate. Let's make it clear. Separate. And what did the Lord say? Are we supposed to be all in some sort of melting pot? Give me Leviticus chapter 20, verse 7.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 7. Sanctify yourselves sanctify yourselves therefore, and be ye holy.
Right. Be ye holy. 1 Peter 1:16. Be ye what? Separate. Be ye separate. Are we going to be all in a melting pot? 1 Peter 1:16.
Because it is written, be ye holy, for I am holy.
So we see that in the Old Testament. We see it in the New Testament. Give me Deuteronomy 32:8. We're not playing no games here, brothers and sisters. We have to get an understanding of what the Lord is saying and why is he saying these things. Deuteronomy 32:8.
Deuteronomy 32:8. And it reads, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated.
Right. He separated. He separated. He didn't put everybody in some great melting pot with a bunch of confusion. Genesis chapter 11, verse 7. Right? Why did he separate? He separated because there was evils being multiplied in the earth. Genesis chapter 11, verse 7.
The book of Genesis 11:7. And it reads, go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Most High Yahweh scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore,
come on.
Therefore is the name of it called Babel.
So there, now you can see the Lord. There's no more defining separation than language barriers. All right, give me Exodus chapter 11, verse 7. Because are we going to say that Ham and Shem we all together? Is Egyptians and Israelites one people? Let's see if the Lord agrees. Exodus chapter 11, verse 7. Let's go, brother.
The book of Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doeth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
As you can see, there is a difference between Israel and Egyptians. Let me get Exodus chapter 10, verse 16, because even Pharaoh knew and understood that the God of the Israelites was not his God. That's their God. And he's going to make it clear. Exodus chapter 10, verse 16.
Exodus 10 and 16. Salakia. And it reads, then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste, and said, I have sinned against the Lord your God.
Your God. Come on.
And against you.
Right.
Now therefore, forgive, I pray thee, my sin only this once, and entreat the Lord Yahweh, your power, your God, that he may take away from me this death only.
So even Pharaoh during the time of Moses knew and understood that the God that was fighting for the Israelites was not his God. Let me get Leviticus chapter 20, verse 23. All right, because the Most High is separate. He's holy. He's separate. And he separated us from other people. Let's get the evidence and proof. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 23. Let's go.
The book of Leviticus chapter 20, verse 23. And it reads, and ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation which I cast out before you.
Right.
For
which are the Canaanites. Read on.
Lock, brother. Church in the back. And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation which I cast out before you. For they committed all these things, and therefore I abhorred them.
Right, read.
But I have said unto you, ye shall inherit their land, and I will give it unto you to possess it. And that floweth with milk and honey, I am the Lord your God.
Right, your God, come on.
Which had separated you from other people.
The Most High God separated us from other people. He's not dealing with no utopia, all races becoming one. That's confusion. Daniel, Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. Let's see what the Lord say about his love for his people, right? He is separate. Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Upon the face of the earth, right? So let me get Amos chapter 3, verse 1 and 2. Amos 3 and 1 and 2. This is simple, brothers and sisters. We don't have to muddy the waters, all right, with the white man science and white man ideology. We're going to look at this from a biblical stance because this is a biblical issue. Mike, Amos 3 and 1.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Right.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only,
come on,
you only have I known.
No, he knew the Egyptians also. He says, you what?
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Right. So let's give me Deuteronomy chapter.
All right. Hey, you got 1 minute left. Y'all hear me?
All right, I got you. Deuteronomy 32.
It's 3:27. Time up, family. I got kicked out for a second, but it's 3:27. It's Black Jesus Minister turn. And then he want to ask a question.
Can I get this last scripture? Deuteronomy 30.
Yeah, man. Yeah, finish it out. Let him finish it for the education for the people.
I want everyone just to pay close attention to the scriptures through the Bible. All right, Deuteronomy 32 and 9. Let's go.
Deuteronomy 32 and 9, and it reads, for the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. Not Egyptians, not Canaanites, not Hamites, but Jacob, the son of Isaac, the son of Abraham, the son of Shem. I yield the floor.
All right, hallelujah. This is going smooth. I got kicked out for a minute, but I'm back. Boys and Bite is a demonic demon that manipulate airwaves. That's for another time, another day. This is the great debate. It's going good so far. We finna go to the second round. Black Jesus Minister, you got the flow. Let me see what the time is. Hey, 3:29. Go ahead. Your time will be over in 10 minutes after 3:29. We got it. 3:30, 3:40, 3:39. 3:39. Your time is over. Let's go.
All right. Thank you very much. Can you hear me, Brother Jeremiah Judah?
I hear you loud and clear.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, let me bring clarity to the scriptures that my brother was emphasizing, where God said, only you have I known in all the families in the earth, only you have I known. Now, my brothers, in their self-hatred and refusal to admit that they are Black, African, Ham, and the word Negro does not distinguish differently between any other African. Negro is the definition of all Black African people, not Israelites. So please throw that Zondervan dictionary Bible book in the trash, brothers and sisters, and go get you a real dictionary and a real concordance. All right. Now, in reference to the scripture that says, only you have I known, only you have I known, Brother YirmeYah, that's talking about a dispensation of time. Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen?
We see it, Black Jesus Minister. Go ahead,
all right, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me.
You see it.
All right, hold on. I had the right thing up, and then it just went off.
And I'm ready now. We granted you time last time.
It popped off again. Hold on. Let me see if it's gonna come up.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, here we go. Good. So again, brothers,
right.
that's talking about only a dispensation of time, meaning at that time, from the time that Israel became a nation, Israel did not exist during the time of Adam and Eve. So for you guys to sit up here and say that this is talking about all times, that is a lie, and it's not a lie. It is a lie, and I'm not saying that my brother's lying. He's repeating garbage that has been fed to him that he has believed, and now I'm bringing clarity to that. So we know Israel did not exist during the time of Adam and Eve. Did God have relations with mankind since Adam and Eve? Yes. Adam and Eve and his children were the first people. And then when man fell off, then the scripture says that Enoch came along. And when Enoch came along, men began to call upon the name of the Lord. That's number two. And then the third era of mankind calling upon the Lord was Noah. Noah was the righteous man of God. And he and his children, who was obedient to Noah, they and their descendants early on, they too knew God. So it is a fallacy to sit up here and to say that God only dealt with mankind during the time of the Israelites, and those are the only people that he have known. That is absolutely absurd, as I just explained. And it also occurs to the Hamites, and I will probably have time to prove that. I may have time to prove that later on in Genesis 10, that God in Genesis 10, in the genealogies
you got
of the
8 minutes, family.
All right, brother. Can you hear me, brother? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. You got 8 minutes still.
Brother,
We're not 7.
Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you, man. You okay? Because you keep.
Yeah. Go ahead. You got 7 more minutes.
Jeremiah, okay, brother. Just say something when I got 2 minutes left, Jeremiah. Thank you, brother. Now,
okay, so my fault.
Thank you, brother. At Genesis 10, brothers and sisters, when you read the genealogies of Japheth, Ham, and Shem, the only race of people who are called Japheth at Genesis 10 and 5 are the descendants. The only people who are called Gentiles are Japheth and his descendants at Genesis 10 and 5. And when you read the genealogies and the ending of the genealogies of Ham and Shem, they are not called Gentiles. Shem is not called Gentiles, and Ham is not called Gentiles. So the Hamites and the Shemites are not Gentiles, and the definition of Gentile is not knowing God, which means that Ham and Shem knew God, and that's why they were not called Gentiles in Genesis 10, only Japheth. And when you read Ham and Shem, God's name is not mentioned. The only time God's name is mentioned in the genealogies of Ham, Shem, and Japheth is in the lineage of Japheth. In the lineage of Ham. In the lineage of Ham, in regards to Nimrod, where it is said, I believe at verse 22, where God said that Nimrod was a mighty hunter before the Lord. A mighty hunter before the Lord mentioned twice. And before the Lord means in the presence of and with the approval of God. But when you read the genealogy of Shem, God is not mentioned in Shem. So why is God mentioned in Ham and with Nimrod? Because God had his first relationship with the black race, the African race, the Hamitic race, who are the mothers and fathers of humanity. Brother YirmeYah, look it up, sir. Now, brothers and sisters, look at y'all looking at my screen. Brother Jeremiah, do you believe that the E1B1A is the Hebrew Israelite genetic gene marker, sir? Haplogroup gene marker.
Break it up.
Brother Jeremiah.
Can y'all hear me?
I'm talking to Brother Jeremiah if he'll open up his mic. Yes, I can hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. You're asking me a question?
Yes, I'm asking you a question. Did you hear me?
Ask again.
All right, my question is, do you agree with all the Hebrew Israelites that I have talked to that the E1B1A is the haplogroup marker for Hebrew Israelites? Yes or no?
I believe that the marker is found in the scriptures. That's what I believe, and that's what I stand on.
All right, I'll take that as an affirmative answer, brother. Thank you. So again, brother, to clarify what I said to you earlier, we are allowed to ask one question. Jeremiah, you're talking, Jeremiah. Mute your mic. You can ask Brother YirmeYah one question of me when it's your turn to speak. So now it's my turn. I ask you one question, all right? And you have 1 minute to respond, okay? Now, I hope I clarified that. So, brothers and sisters, my brother affirms, like all black Hebrew Israelites, that the E1B1A gene, whom I learned this from the black Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, my black Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, that the E1B1A gene is a Bantu gene originated by African Hamitic Bantu people. Now look at the screen, brothers and sisters. Look at the screen, YirmeYah. Right here, YirmeYah. If you look at the upper left-hand corner, these are all the different haplogroups within the E1B1A. Do y'all see that? I'm circling it right here in the corner. Do you see that, brother Jeremiah? Do you see that, brother Jeremiah? Brother Jeremiah Judah.
Yeah, yes. Oh, okay. I thought you were asking me.
Okay, well, Jeremiah, go ahead and answer. Do you see that?
Yes, sir. I can hear. I can see you. I can see you.
Okay. These are all, and the origins of the E1B1A haplogroup. And this same map corresponds to the African map right here in the center, you guys. This is the same as this in yellow. This is the origin of the E1B1A haplogroup right here in Southern and Central Africa. Okay? Now, here is Egypt right here, brother YirmeYah. And right above Egypt, connected to Egypt, is Israel, or the land of Canaan, brother YirmeYah. Okay? And YirmeYah, guess where Abraham came from? He came from all the way over here, from from the land of among the Chaldeans in northern Arabia. Do y'all see this? This was the home of Abram, where God told him to leave those wicked, idol-worshiping Shemites, and told them to leave the wicked, idol-worshiping, filthy Shemites, and told him to go to a people who are less wicked and more clean than his own people, and told him to go all the way across the Arabian desert to come over here to North Africa, to the land of Canaan, of the Canaanites, of the Hittites, who are the cousins and brothers to Kemet, Egypt, brothers and sisters. Now, do y'all notice that the E1B1A gene that my brother YirmeYah said he believes it is confirmed in the Bible, and he believes that it is the gene of the Hebrew Israelites? This is the origin, and this is where it is found. And it is not found, its origins are not found in Kemet, it's not found in the land of Canaan, and it's hellified not found way over here across the Arabian desert in the land of of the Chaldeans, where Abraham came from. But Brother Black Jesus Minister is going to explain how is it that Abraham, who did not come from the origin of the E1B1A gene, how did that E1B1A gene become a part of the genetic markers of Abram, who was an Arab? Abraham was an Arab. He was not he was not an African. How did this E1B1A gene get into his gene pool? Did it have something to do with Abraham coming all the way over here across the Arabian desert from and traveling to the land of Canaan to meet Melchizedek and the Canaanite people, to learn about God and who God was and the name of God, and to then learn the language and the alphabet of the Canaanites? Because the alphabet and the language and the culture and the name of God, Yahweh and El Elyon, is Canaanite. Hamitic Canaanite, brothers and sisters, the original people of God before Abraham ever existed. Melchizedek and the Canaanite priesthood under Melchizedek was worshiping God first. And brothers and sisters, it is known that Kemet, Egypt.
Hey, it's time.
How much time I got?
Stop.
Thank you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can, brother.
Y'all flow without me.
Brother,
You're supposed to have for me. Somebody muting or cutting out or some shit going on. I'm getting tired of always technical difficulties when it comes to this Google Hangout bullshit.
Okay, Jeremiah, come on, brother. We ready. You said my time is up, so let's go.
I'm for real, man. It's yeah. Right,
Jeremiah, man. Are you there?
Jeremiah, are you there? Can you hear us?
I can't hear nothing.
Can
y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, we can hear you.
Judah,
hear me?
He can't hear. He can't hear you.
No.
Judah, he's saying go. It's on you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you, bro. Okay, I guess what? You know what, Jeremiah? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna keep the time until Judah comes back on. Okay, Jeremiah?
Yeah, that's fine, bro.
Okay, so Jeremiah, let me get my time started with you, brother. We're gonna wait till Jeremiah get back on here. And again, everybody, we apologize for the interruptions and the delay and the technical difficulties. And I'm pulling up my stopwatch right now. Okay, brother, go right ahead, brother YirmeYah.
All right, so again, man, all praise and glory to the Most High, man. As we can see, there's much confusion. All right, so when we get to going back and forth, I'm going to deal with a few of the things that he's talking about. But I want to right now continue on with my presentation because he has been heavily relied upon DNA and the white man's science. All right, for lack of a better term. All right, so what we want to do is we want to take a look at this video I'm about to share here, which proves that DNA, brothers and sisters, is not a reliable source. All right, DNA is not a reliable source. And to confirm that, how do we know that we're the children of Israel? Through the Bible. Maharakah, can you give me Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 45? Maharakah, you're on mute.
I got you. Deuteronomy 28, chapter verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hast hearkened not unto the voice of Yahweh, or the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee.
Read on.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign,
right,
and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So it's going to be upon us. These curses will be evident throughout our communities. This is our evidence, and we don't give a damn if people agree with it or not. Our understanding comes from the Bible. So let's deal with the white man's science here. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully this will work here. All right. Can everyone see this?
Yes, sir, I can see it.
All right. Let's take a look at this.
African ancestry, as well as to several other genetic genealogy companies to see what they could tell us about Vi's maternal lineage. Sitting on the edge of my seat. Kittle's company sent I what they call a certificate of ancestry. Oh my God. It says that you share maternal genetic ancestry with people from the Mendi tribe in Sierra Leone. Do you know anything about Sierra Leone or the Mendi people? No, nothing.
People have been waiting a lifetime for something like this. Now, this is just a tiny bit of information now.
But they take it as huge.
Right, because it's cracking open the door that was closed for centuries.
There's a place in Africa you could say that I'm from.
Look how happy she is.
A tribe.
She's emotional. She's feeling good. Watch that frown get turned, that smile get turned upside down, brothers and sisters. Watch this.
Such possibilities. But the problem is, Sierra Leone wasn't the only answer Vi got. A company called Relative Genetics found a match to a single person in the Wobi tribe in the Ivory Coast.
Different? Now, I got all excited about that, and this is different. Now, how could that happen?
Then a third company, Trace Genetics. Your particular sequence matches sequences reported among multiple Mandinka individuals in Senegal.
What's up with this?
And Family Tree DNA, the company that linked Vi with Marion in the first place, came up with a whole list of matches.
Right.
This goes on and on.
My goodness.
So what do we know about Vi's ancestry? The DNA does indicate that she has distant relatives in the Mende tribe, but she also has relatives in all those other tribes. So no one can say for sure where Vi's maternal ancestor actually came from. When I handed Vi the certificate, she got extremely emotional about it. She wept, and it meant so very much.
People want to believe.
They want to believe they've gotten an answer.
And it's not fair of us to let them believe that we're giving them certain answers, because scientifically, we just can't.
Hank Greeley is concerned that the science isn't really there yet for you to be giving them the name of a tribe.
I think for most companies, I would be concerned too.
But what about your own company?
We have
He
the
didn't
largest,
exclude you. He included you.
but we have the largest set of sequences from Africa. So with that, we're able to provide some level of probability in terms of frequency.
But he would say that even though you have the largest database, it's still small on the scope of things.
As I said, I share those concerns
About yourself.
at the end.
And that's the rub. This business of genetic genealogy is fraught with limitations. For one thing, it can only provide information about a tiny fraction of our ancestry. Because we get half our DNA from our mothers and half from our fathers, almost all of our DNA gets shuffled and remixed every generation, making it impossible to trace what comes from whom. There are just 2 bits of DNA that remain pure: the Y chromosome, which passes directly from father to son, and something called mitochondrial DNA, which passes unchanged from mother to child. Hank Greeley, a law professor at Stanford University, has studied this new field. He worries that people don't realize just how many ancestors they actually have.
8 generations ago, both you and I had 256 great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents.
Wait, you're saying that if you go back 8 generations, we have 256 great-great-great-grandparents?
Yes, it doubles every generation. So you've got 2 parents, you have 4 grandparents, you have 8 great-grandparents, 16 great-great-grandparents, and it adds up fast. It adds up so fast, in fact, that if you go back 20 generations, you've got over 1 million grandparents.
1,048,576 to be exact.
So as we can see, brothers and sisters, we can't rely on DNA. We can't rely upon the white man's science. What we can rely upon, can you all hear me? Can you all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, brother. Yeah.
Yeah, so I want you to go to Numbers chapter 1 and give me the 2nd verse. What we can rely upon, brothers and sisters, is the Bible. Okay? That's what we can rely upon. We cannot rely upon heathenistic sciences, okay, falsely so called, as the Bible says. But we can trust in the scriptures. All right. And so as we just learned that there is a DNA strand that is prevalent, and that's the Y chromosome passed from the father. So read that Numbers chapter 1, verse 2.
Take you the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, after their families, by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their polls, from 20 years old and upward, that are able to go forth to war in Israel. Thou and Aaron shall number them by their armies.
Right? Drop down to the 18th verse.
And
1 minute, brother. 1 minute.
And they assembled all the congregations together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward by their polls.
So as you can clearly see, brothers and sisters, we identify who we are based upon the lineage coming from our father, which cuts down on much confusion. All right. With that, I yield the floor.
All right, my dear brother. Thank you, brother YirmeYah. Thank you, brother YirmeYah. Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Jeremiah Judah, if you can come back on, brother. I don't know if he's listening or can hear us or not, but I did send the link to your email, so you can go to your Gmail account, brother Jeremiah Judah, and click back in. Come on and click back in, Jeremiah Judah, if you can. If not, we're gonna keep it moving. And so, brother YirmeYah, you can keep my time, and so whenever you're ready for me to start, dear brother, you let me know, bro. Brother YirmeYah, are you there?
If you want, brother, I can keep the time. It's 3:51 p.m.
Okay, but hold on for a second. I need to make sure YirmeYah is still on here. YirmeYah, are you still on, brother? Where you at?
Yeah, man, I was muted. This is after the second round. This is after both of us have had 2 rounds. So is this not the question part?
Yeah, you sure right about that. This is the question part, dear brother. No doubt about that. Are you ready, dear brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, dear brother. Now, dear brother, if you were accused of a sexual crime or any kind of crime that would give you that could conclude you to have a significant amount of time, any crime, and you know that you're not guilty, and if the prosecutors and the state wanted to investigate and said that they found DNA evidence of someone who left DNA behind at the crime scene, and you know that you were not there, all right, would you accept or reject that DNA evidence if it excluded you as a perpetrator of that crime?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I would accept that. That's not my argument. My argument is generations going back, hundreds of generations, trying to identify ourselves with antiquity. So let me give you an example. Meaning, if I took a DNA test for myself and my daughter, I wouldn't have a problem with that. You understand? But if I'm trying to find my ancestry through antiquity, then that's when the confusion comes in. I just want to make that clear for everyone.
All right. Now here's my follow-up. Your 60-minute program, is that a science program? And was that a scientist that we was listening to, or was that media reporters that we were listening to, brother? And do you agree that we should listen to scientists regarding science instead of the media and media reporters about science? Yes or no, brother?
Okay, I want to make this very clear to everyone. That clip was from 60 Minutes. You all can go and check the authenticity of the video clip, and the gentleman speaking in the video was a certified scientist.
All right. Now here's my second question. Now this was a sucker video.
Third question, but go ahead.
No, brother. I asked a question and a follow-up.
Oh, okay.
So now my second question and my second follow-up.
Okay.
Now, so brother, now you don't know because you reject education and you reject science, brother, that this was a sucker video for suckers, dear brother. And I'm not talking about you, okay? And I'm going to show you how this video tricked you. And then I'm going to ask you a question. I'm setting up my question. Now, brother, if you notice, people, that when they were showing the DNA markers of this one, who this woman was related to, they first tried to say that she was related to only one African tribe. All right. And then they said a second African tribe, and I believe a third. And all two and all three of those tribes were very close to each other in the same near region. Now, brothers and sisters, we as Black African people here in the Americas, we who came over here from Africa, we are what I call super Africans. The Africans over there in Africa, they are from individual countries, Nigeria, Kenya, Libya, whatever, and their DNA is from their nation, from their particular land and their particular nation on the continent of Africa. But we Black Americans are super Africans. What do I mean by super Africans, YirmeYah? Is that we came from all parts of Africa, brother YirmeYah. And when the white man brought us over here, the white men didn't say we're gonna separate the Nigerian African from the Kenyan African, from the Ethiopian African, from the Egyptian African, from the Liberian, from the South African. Slaves came from all over Africa, west, east, north, and south. And when we came over here, they interbred us and made us interbreed with each other, regardless of what tribes we came from. And this is why the woman had multiple tribes, people that she came from, because we mixed over here in America, dear brother. Now, dear brother, do you agree or disagree that we are super Africans and that our DNA is of several tribes of Africans all over Africa, brother?
Do I agree with that?
Yes.
Hell no.
Okay, why?
Why? Because the Bible tells me so.
Okay, here go my last question. Here go my last question. Now, y'all see how lame my brother is. Now, I love my brother now, but see, this is what happens when we sit up here and we walk in ignorance and reject science and reject education. Because if we continue with this same mindset, the white man will continue to be on top and will continue to be superior when we as Black people continue to choose ignorance over education and science and pass on that same ignorance to our children and a hatred of science, brothers and sisters. Now, here's my last question, brother. Now, look, brother, if DNA, do you reject or deny DNA, paternal and maternal DNA, yes or no?
This is your third question, so I get 3, right?
Yeah, you get 3 questions too. 3 questions and a follow-up.
Okay, great. Okay, do I deny maternal?
No, scratch that one, scratch that. Here it is. Do you agree, dear brother? Do you agree that when Abraham left Ur of Chaldee and went to the land of Canaan, and then after they left the land of Canaan, which is North Africa, then they went into Egypt. They went into Egypt under Joseph, and they were there in Egypt as a royal family in Egypt for 430 years among those E1, B1A, Bantu, Egyptian Hamites. Did they or did they not intermarry and intermix with those Hamite Egyptians for 430 years, sir? Yes or no?
They did not. Not all of them. It's not a totality of the entire every Israelite mixed. No, I do not agree with that at all. And I'm gonna prove it with my next round.
Okay, all right. Now, So again, so what percentage, sir?
Oh, you done, buddy.
This is my follow-up. No. That was my question. Here's my follow-up.
Oh, okay,
so
go ahead.
What percentage do you know, or would you say, of the Israelites of the Israelites intermarried with the Hamite Egyptians?
Well, according to my research and my study with the customs of Jacob and his children, I would say a small percentage.
You have any facts to back that up?
Yes.
You can share it.
All right. I have a whole presentation in my next round. If you
That's cool. Go ahead. Go with your 3 questions, bro. Let's go.
All right. All right. So my first question is, you made a statement that Abraham left the land of Shem. Is this a factual statement?
Yes, sir. It is a factual statement, and I can back it up as soon as you want. Let me show it to you real quick. Are you finished with your question? Let me show it. I'm gonna show everybody the answer.
No. I just need a yes or no answer.
No. I'm going to give you the answer, brother, but I'm gonna show it. Are you finished with your question? That question.
No, I just need a yes or no. It's my questions, brother.
Oh, hold on, brother. Listen, brother. No, you asked me a question, and then there's no time limit on asking and answering the question, and you can't tell me how to answer the question, bro. I can't tell you, and you can't tell me. Okay? So I want to make sure that you finish with your question.
But I don't need you to go into a dissertation. I just asked
you. I haven't
about,
even started yet, brother. Sir, I haven't even started, brother. Can I now answer the question, brother?
Okay, yeah, you got 2 minutes.
No, there's no time limit, brother. Don't make up no stuff over here, bro.
Oh, come on,
there's no time limit here, bro.
I'm not gonna sit
brother,
brother,
brother, I'm spending 2 minutes talking to you to let me talk and give the answer, bro.
Yeah, so I'm giving you 2 minutes. Floor is yours.
No, brother, there's no time limit for me to give an answer, brother.
Wow. Well, then I misunderstood, because I could have became more extensive with my answers.
Okay. Well, you know what, my screen. Okay. And this screen is okay. But anyway, let me give the answer while I'm pulling this up. Brothers and sisters, or the table of nations. The table of nations proves what I'm about to say. And repeat your question one more time, H.O.R.S. Brother Jeremiah.
Your statement was that Abraham left wicked, evil Shem, the land of Shem. That's what you said.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm saying, brother. Keep talking.
Well, that's it. You're supposed to be substantiating that he left the land of Shem. Okay.
Let me pull that up. Did you? Well, first of all, do you? Well, I'm not going to be asking you a question. Okay, let me pull it up. Okay. Are you? Well, for those of you who are not, and those of you who are, the table of nations. There's a table of nations map. A table of nations map. And you guys can look up, and everybody can go and Google right now, the land of Ur. And my brother YirmeYah needs to do that. The land of Ur, brother YirmeYah. YirmeYah, the land of Ur, is on the northeast coast of northern Arabia. The northeast coast of northern Arabia. Let me pull that up. Where is that map? And can you see my screen, brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, but anyway, I'll bring it up later. Maybe I'm going too slow. But Ur is in northeast Arabia. All right, and that is where Ur is, brother YirmeYah, Ur of the Chaldeans. And then when God told him to leave Ur of Chaldeans, where Shem was, because the table of nations show us that Ur is Arabia and northern Arabia. That's where the home of Shem. And the land of Ham, brother YirmeYah, is Africa. And the land of Japhet is Europe. All right, which is called the Table of Nations map. Go to your next question, brother.
All right, so that's not true, brothers and sisters. That's not true. As we can see here, I have the map. Can you see? Can you all see this? This is a book of ancient Sumeria. All right, this is a book of ancient Sumeria, and is on here. And I don't know if you all can see that, but right, is right here. Right, is right here. So as we can see, this at the land of ancient Sumeria. All right, Maharakah, can you read Genesis 11? Matter of fact, Genesis chapter 10. I want everybody to pay close attention to this. Genesis chapter 10, the 6th verse. All right.
All right, this is the book of Genesis, the 10th chapter. What verse you want me to read?
Start at the 6th verse.
And the sons of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, Phut, and Canaan.
Now drop down to the 8th verse.
And Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord.
Read on.
And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel and Erich and Akkad and Canaanil in the land of Shinar.
Okay, so now, as everyone can see, this is the land. The Shinar is Sumer. In the translations of this word, Shinar is the land of Sumer, or the Sumerians, or this region in which Abraham came from. And it originally belonged to Ham. Okay? Ham, Nimrod is a descendant. He's the son of Cush, who's the son of Ham, brothers and sisters. So he said that, yes, Shinar and Sumer is the land where they created Babylon. When you read Genesis chapter 11, it tells you about the evil wickedness and what they tried to substantiate in that land, and that was created by the descendants of Ham. So, no, you're wrong, brother. All right, so you ready for my next question?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right. So, you made a statement about Isaiah chapter 19, verse 25. Right?
Yes, sir.
And you said that the Egyptians are God's people.
Yes, sir. They are God's, the Kemetic, Hamitic Egyptians are the first original people of God, according to Isaiah 19, 24, and 25.
All right. So for the record, because I already blew you out of the water with that statement the last time we had a discussion. So we're going to do it again for the people. All right. So quickly, I only want 3 scriptures. All right. So if you could give me Isaiah chapter 27. Matter of fact, let's read Isaiah 19 and 25 for the people so they can have understanding. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 25. Read that out.
Isaiah 19:25. And it reads, when the Lord of hosts shall bless, saying, blessed be Egypt, my people, and Assyria, the work of my hands, and Israel, my inheritance.
Right. So he says, blessed be Egypt, my people. So why is the Most High saying my people when I showed you at the beginning of this debate a multitude of scriptures about how the Most High preferred the children of Israel? Why now in Isaiah chapter 19, verse 25, would he say this? Let's go to Isaiah 27 and 12. We want 12 and 13.
Isaiah chapter 27, verse 13.
Give me 12 and 13.
You gotta hurry up and set this up, bro. Come on now.
And it's
You debating right now.
Brother, I asked for 3 scriptures. I'm finna give them to you if you let me.
But hold on. Okay, but hold on. No. You're talking for like 5 minutes to set up a question, brother, and you're literally giving more evidence. You need to wait until you have 10 minutes to go through all these scriptures, brother. Ask me a quick question, man, a 1 or 2 minute question.
I already asked you the question. You said that Egypt is God's people. That's what you said. Well, I'm showing the people that that's not true.
Okay, but brother, but that's not okay, brother. You're supposed to be asking me questions and having a follow-up question, not showing evidence. Do that during your 10 minutes, man.
Okay, so we're just gonna do this thing according to the way you say it. Right?
Brother, I'll wait for your question and your follow-up. Set your question up. Take a minute to set it up. But don't evidence is,
so, as everyone can see, this brother is pushing for us to take DNA tests to prove that we're Ham, but yet he himself have not taken a DNA test, and that's what you call hypocrisy. All right, so I want everyone to take a look at my screen here. I'm going to share this screen, and I want to ask you this question, brother. This is my question. All right. This is my question. Is this your picture here?
Let me look at it. I don't know. Pull it up, bro.
It's on the screen. You can't see it?
No, sir.
Okay. You need to make your page the primary page, whoever the moderator.
Okay, but okay, you got a picture of me up there, right? So can anybody else see the picture? Because I can't see it.
Hey,
oh, okay. Oh, you talking about the logo? You talking about my logo?
Yeah, can you see it?
Yeah. I thought you were talking about my facial picture, brother.
No.
Okay,
this
go ahead.
Black Jesus Radio, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, my question to you is this not the epitome of idolatry?
No, it is not, dear brother. It is not the epitome of idolatry. If that's the case, then the Star of David is idolatry. Every religion, sir, and every theology, but every religion has a symbol that represents its religion, including the Israelite religion, brother, and the Star of David.
No. The Star of David represents King David. All right. It don't represent what this Eye of Horus represents, a God. The Christian cross represents a God. Okay. So what I'm asking you is, since these symbols of Egyptians and Christians represents gods, is this idolatry? Yes or no?
No, brother. It represents the unity of all black people that you reject, and that you think that you are not an African every time you look in the mirror with your nose and your lips looking and hair looking just like any other Hamite. Okay, dear brother, you are the one that has a problem with identifying with your people. I do not, and I don't need a DNA test. I'm going to take one. I will, because I'm not denying that I'm an Israelite. I'm not denying that I'm a Hamite.
But you're promoting people.
Sir, let me answer first.
Hold up, brother. It's my turn, brother.
No, let me finish, brother.
Brother, it's my turn. It's my turn,
brother. I need to finish.
It's my turn.
You're cutting me off. Let me finish.
I'm gonna let you back in, but you're promoting people to take DNA tests, and you haven't taken it yourself. Go ahead.
Brother, listen to me, brother. I do not limit you when you give an answer. You cannot limit me when I give an answer. When I'm giving an answer, when I'm quiet and you're asking a question, you be quiet while I'm giving my answer, brother. Don't interrupt me, man. Okay? Now, brother, as I was saying to you, I do not deny. Can you hear me, brother YirmeYah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I do not deny being an Israelite. I do not deny being Shem. I do not deny being Ham. I am saying that Ham and Shem intermarried with each other, brother. And that Shem originally was Arabic and Arab people, but they intermarried. And you know this throughout the Bible, all the Israelites kept intermarrying with Ethiopians, Egyptians, and Canaanites. Ethiopians, Egyptians, and Canaanites, over and over and over. They never went back across the Arabian Peninsula, all the way back to the land of Shem, to the land of Ur, where Abram came from. The Israelites never, ever went back over there to that wicked land. But God sent them to a better land and to a better people, and allowed them to intermarry with these people until they became genetically consumed by Egyptians, Canaanites, and Ethiopians. And that is why Abraham's name was changed from Abram to Abraham, because Ham and Abram means two nations of people coming together, Shem and Ham. And that's how Abraham got the last part of his name, Ham, Abraham. Now go to your last question, bro, and let's move it along.
All right, so can you show me that in the Bible, what you just said about Abraham, the word Ham being added to, and let me make this very, very clear to everyone listening. Abraham's name in Hebrew is not Abraham, okay? So that's madness, all right? So you cannot use that as a premise using English terms to define Abraham, okay? Because Abraham does not exist in the Hebrew language, all right? So let's make that clear. Now, my question is, can you show me biblical evidence that Ham and Abraham, the word Ham being added to Abraham, made him one people?
Yes, sir. I sure, yes.
And what is the name of those people?
Yes, sir. I sure can, dear brother. All right. Can I respond now, brother?
Yes.
Okay. Brothers and sisters, go to Isaiah 19, 24 and 25. Go to Isaiah 19, 24 and 25. And I'm not reading it, so I'm going off the top of my head. And it says that in those days shall Egypt be in those days shall Israel be a third to Egypt. Shall Israel be a third to Egypt, and Assyria a blessing in the midst of the land. A blessing in the midst of the land. What does that mean? And then so it says that what? That Israel is going to be the third to Egypt. So there's an order listed there. Egypt first, Assyria second, and Israel third. And how is that proven? Look at verse 25. And it goes on to say, and the Lord of hosts shall say, shall bless, saying, S-A-Y-I-N-G, saying, S-A-Y-I-N-G, which means continuously, brother YirmeYah, that God is even saying this today, that Egypt is my people. Number one, Egypt is my people. And Assyria, the work of my hands. Number two, brother YirmeYah, number two. All right. And Assyria represents Shem. And Egypt represents Ham. One more time. Egypt represents Ham. Assyria represents Shem. And then the final scripture at the end of verse 25, and Israel shall be mine inheritance. So what does Israel being God's inheritance mean? That means that Israel received something that somebody had before Israel got it. And who had it first, brother YirmeYah? Egypt had it first, and the Canaanites. And who had it second? Asher, who was Shem, through Jacob, and then through Israel. And God had to mold, because the scripture says, and Asher, the work of my hands, because Asher is the descendant of Shem. All right. And how is it that Asher was molded by God? Jacob was molded by God. Jacob was a trickster, a goddamn con man, a little crooked ass Jew before there was a Jew, until God changed his heart and changed him and molded him into the man of God that God wanted him to be. And then God brought Ham and Shem together when they went into the land of Canaan and into Egypt and intermarried with the Egyptians, just as Joseph did. Joseph married the Egyptian high priest's daughter. And if he set the tone, and all the Israelites became royalty in Egypt, and they too married Egyptians, just like Joseph did, and they intermarried with those Egyptians till they looked just like the Egyptians, and that's why they thought Moses was an Egyptian, because they intermarried with each other for 430 years. And the last part of that scripture says, and Israel, my inheritance, meaning that Ham and Shem coming together to form the nation of Israel, sir. And that's why he got his name.
All right, brother. So now it's no way I can move any further without you letting me respond to what you just said about Isaiah 19, which you so rudely cut me off earlier when I asked you, can I bring forth 3 scriptures? Okay, that is confusion, and that is a total violation of what the scripture says. The Most High is not dealing with no damn Ham at all, okay? At all, okay? And I want to substantiate that with these scriptures, brother, all right?
Are you ready? Hold on, brother. Are you ready for our final 10 minutes, brother? Our final 10 minutes? Are you ready? Are you ready? I'll let you go first.
You know what? I don't appreciate what you're doing right now, bro. For real. I don't appreciate what you're doing. I asked you, can I give you 3 scriptures? You just gave a whole soliloquy. I didn't interrupt you at all. Now you want to try to put me on the timer, all right? Because I got a whole presentation for my round 3. I have a whole presentation for that, and I need every bit of my 10 minutes. I need you to let me get 3 scriptures to counter what you just said in Isaiah 19. That's only right, man.
Go right ahead, brother. Go right ahead.
Now, give me Isaiah chapter 27, Maharakah, Isaiah chapter 27 and 12. Isaiah 27 and 12. And I'm going to get Isaiah 40. Then I want Isaiah 45 and 14 and Isaiah 11 and 11, and then I'll be done. That's all I want. All right. Maharakah, give me first Isaiah 27 and 12 and read 12 and 13.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall beat off from the channel of the rivers unto the stream of Egypt, and ye shall be gathered one by one, O you children of Israel.
Of the Egyptians.
O ye children of Israel.
So we're going to be gathered in Egypt as Israelites in Egypt. Read on.
Let me read it again. And it shall come to pass in that day that the great trumpet shall be blown, and they shall come which were ready. I'm sorry, that's what you want me to keep reading, right? It shall come to pass in that day that the great trumpet shall be blown, and they shall come which were ready to perish in the land of Assyria, and the outcast in the land of Egypt.
And the outcast in the land of Egypt. This Assyria will have nothing to do with Asher, the son of Jacob. It has nothing to do with Asher, the son of Jacob. Okay? This has something to do with the Assyrians, as the scripture said. All right? So it says that they shall be ready to perish in the land of Assyria, and the outcast, brothers and sisters, and the outcast in the land where of Egypt, and shall worship the Lord in the holy mount at Jerusalem. Those Israelites living in Egypt, living in Assyria, that the Lord is calling his people. He's not calling the damn Assyrians his people. He's not calling the Egyptians his people. He has indignation for Egypt. Let's prove that. Isaiah chapter 45, 14.
Isaiah chapter 45, verse 14. Thus said the Lord, the labor of Egypt in merchandise of Ethiopia and of the Sabians men of stature shall come over unto thee, and they shall be thine. They shall come after thee in chains.
And what?
In chains.
Come on.
Come over, and they shall fall down unto thee, and they shall make supplication unto thee, saying, surely God is in thee, and there is no else, and there is no God.
So as you can see, give me Isaiah 11 and 11. As you can see, brothers and sisters, the Assyrians and the Egyptians that are in those lands are Israelites. Let's further substantiate this Hulk smash for the nation as we stand and say, Kwam Yashala for the children of Israel, and truth reigns supreme. All right? Isaiah 11 and 11.
Isaiah 11 and 11. Can we read 10? And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which will stand for ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnants of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt.
And from Assyria and from Egypt, his people shall be lifted from Assyria and Egypt, brothers and sisters. Come on.
So we talking about Assyria and Egypt. Let's read 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
So as you can clearly see, without a shadow of a doubt, this man has interpolated the scripture. He has used one scripture and totally misunderstood it. And as we can bring clarity with 3 scriptures to cut that up, that his people, Egypt, is the children of Israel. His people in Assyria are the children of Israel. I yield the floor.
All right, dear brother. Thank you, brother. Are you sure? You done? You got it out?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, dear brother. All right. We're going to go into our last 2 10-minute rounds. Okay, brother?
Con.
All right. So since you wrapped that up, I'm going to start the last 2 10-minute rounds. Let me know when I can start. Let me share my screen. And let me know when you see my screen. Start my time when you see my screen, brother. Okay?
All right. Maharaka, start the time for the brother. Baba Kashah.
Start it when you see my screen.
427, yeah, brother.
No, wait till I pull my screen up, brother, please.
I'll start you from 428.
Okay, let's see. Okay, can you see my screen, brother?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, thank you. You can start whenever you let me know when to start, brother.
Yeah, rock and roll, brother.
Thank you very much. Again, thank you, brothers and sisters. Thank you, judges, for your patience with our technical difficulties. We're in our last 2 10-minute rounds. Now, the book that my brother YirmeYah showed you is the same picture that I'm showing you guys right now. And the brother was saying that I was wrong when I said that Abraham came from northeast Arabia, from the land of Ur. And Arabia and Ur is the homeland of the Shemites. All right, brothers and sisters, look here. You see right here, it says Ur of the Chaldees, the homeland of what? Of Abram. And you see the arrow pointing right here. This is Ur, right above the Persian Gulf, brothers and sisters. This is Arabia. This is the Africa and Egypt. Here's Egypt right here. And of course, this is an ancient map. And Egypt is much bigger than it is now. And this is the land of Canaan, which is now Israel. And way over here across the Arabian desert, way over here in the Ur of Chaldees is where Abram is from. So my brother did not tell the truth when he tried to correct me. So evidently he didn't even understand his own map. He should have agreed with me instead of disagreeing with me. Okay? So again, brothers and sisters, so let me show you the table of nations map that proves that all of this area here, Arabia, is Shem, and the homeland of Shem among Arabs, and Africa belongs to Ham, and Japhet, Europe, belongs to Europe. Look up the table of nations. Y'all can Google that up right now. So now let me go up. And pull up an additional map to prove my point. Again, here's another map, guys. Ham is Africa, according to the table of nations. Shem is Shem, and this is Arabia. Y'all see that? Arabians live here, not no Africans. Now, Africans did dot through here, but the majority of the population was Shemitic Arabic people. And Japhet is parts of Asia and Europe. Let me go up a little higher and show y'all another one. Just simply look up a table of nations map, and you will see that Ham is Africa, Shem is Asia and Arabia, and Japhet is Europe. But my brother didn't know that. But we teaching him right now. We teaching my brother right now. Again, here's another table of nations map. And you see Arphaxad, and you see all the names of the descendants of Ham and Shem who are here. And way over here is where Ur was. And Abram had to travel all the way from here, all the way across the Arabian desert to Africa, to the land of the Canaanites, North Africa, brothers and sisters. And remember, they intermarried with what? Canaanites and Egyptians and Ethiopians. Canaanites, Egyptians, and Ethiopians. They never went back across the Arabian desert to intermingle with Shemites and to intermarry with Shemites, brothers and sisters. Now, here's the table of nations map again. The table of nations map where the races divided up. 3 sons of Noah, the 3 racial groups. And what 3 racial groups do we have that lines up with the Bible and the word of God, which is the truth? Science backs up the word of God. Negroid, Caucasoid, and Mongoloid. Negroid is Africa, Caucasoid is Europe, Mongoloid is Asia and Arabia. And you see where everybody divided up according to Genesis 10. Ham went into Africa, Shem here in Arabia and Asia, and Japhet into Europe. Okay? Now, where am I going now? All right. Now, brothers and sisters. Now, look at this, brothers and sisters. Now, my brother was trying to say that Isaiah 19:25 and all those scriptures that he was reading, he was trying to say that that 19:24 and 25 is talking about nobody but the Israelites who are in Egypt. That is a fallacy, brothers and sisters, because the beginning of verse 19, what does it say? I'm going to show you guys. At the beginning of 19:1, dear brother Daniel or whoever's talking, can y'all see my screen? Can anybody see my screen?
I can see it.
Okay.
I wasn't talking. I can see it.
Oh, no. I wanted you to say something, so thank you.
All right.
Verse 1 says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians. Do you see that in verse 2? The Egyptians. This didn't say Israel in Egypt. It says the Egyptians. This is clear. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Do you see that, brothers and sisters? Y'all see that right there? We're going to stop all this goddamn self-hatred Israelite goddamn lying. Excuse me, brothers and sisters. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Not no Israel against Israel in Egypt. Let's stop all the goddamn lying, sir. So all that scriptures you read it for naught. I just destroyed it with one paragraph, with one scripture. Now let me destroy it a little bit further, sir, to let us know that Isaiah 19 is not talking about Israel and Egypt. Look at Isaiah 19 and 19. And what does it say? No, and look at what it says here at verse 18. In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan and swear to the Lord of hosts, one shall be called the city of destruction. Okay? Now, and it goes on to say, and what I want to say, notice that in verse 18, it said that the language that's spoken in Egypt is the language of Canaanites. 5 major cities, and the Canaanite language is the major language in Egypt. And while the Israelites became a nation in Egypt, they did not become a nation in Shem, in the land of Shem, or in the land of Ur. They did not become a nation even when they were in the land of Canaan, when they went to go meet Melchizedek. They became Israel, a nation of people with the identity in Egypt, intermarrying with Egyptians as Joseph did, and set the example that it was okay. Nowhere during that time did God tell or curse Joseph, who was the leader and helping bring the Israelites to be royal families within Egypt. Did God get upset with Joseph and tell him not to marry that Egyptian? Hell no. Did he tell Abraham not to marry that Ethiopian? No. Did God tell Moses not to marry the Egyptian woman? No. God, with God's approval, Israelites over and over with the founding patriarch, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, all of the Israelites married Hamitic people, men and women, even in the land of Israel, whom Uriah the Hittite was married to Bathsheba. Israelite Canaanites and Israelites marrying each other ever since Abraham left Ur, continuously, brothers and sisters. Now, and look at verse 20, verse 19. And in the let me see, where is that? Okay, and is it 19? And that they put there. How much time I got, brother? How much time I got? Who's ever keeping time? Can somebody tell me what's up? Hello, are you guys still there?
Yeah, we here. Maharakah, was you keeping time, brother? You're on mute.
Hopefully we can get him back on here and he can tell me how much time I got. So I'm gonna keep it moving. Brother YirmeYah, give me 5 minutes until and let's see if he can come back on. Can you do that? Can you keep the time?
Yeah, I got you, brother.
Okay. So brothers and sisters, look right here at verse 16. We're still in Isaiah 19. To further prove that we're not talking about Israel and Egypt, that we're talking about nobody but Egypt and the Egyptians. Look at verse 17.
Finish this verse. Time will be up after this. So.
Okay, brother, we was waiting on you. How much time do I have left?
Maybe Judah fell out or something. I don't know. Who was keeping time?
It's 10 minutes on the nose. 4:38. My bad. I stepped off. But I was listening.
Okay, well, hold on, brother. Give me at least 3 more minutes because I kept waiting on you and hollering for your name.
All right, so go ahead, brother. 3 minutes.
Thank you very much, dear brother. Appreciate that. Okay, look at verse 17, y'all. And in the land of Judah, and the land of Judah. Do y'all see that? We're not talking about Israel and Egypt because God is talking about Israel separate from Egypt. Israel is nowhere in the picture here in regarding to God giving Egypt an ass whooping. And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. This is God's punishment to Egypt. God gonna whoop they behind, and God uses Judah, Israel, to whoop Egypt's behind and to punish them. Why? Why is God using Judah, Israel, to punish them. Why is God punishing them? Why, brothers and sisters? Look at verse 20. And it shall be for a sign, and it shall be for a sign and a witness unto the Lord of hosts, that the land of Egypt, for they shall cry unto the Lord because of the oppressors, and he shall send them a savior and a great one, and shall deliver them. Verse 21, and the Lord shall be known to Egypt, and the Egyptians shall know the Lord in that day, and shall do sacrifices and oblation. Yea, they shall vow a vow unto the Lord and perform it. And look at verse 22. And the Lord shall smite Egypt, and he shall smite and heal it, and they shall return even to the Lord, and he shall be entreated of them, and shall heal them. Egypt, sir. So you can try to trickify Isaiah 19 and 24 and 25 all you want. I have just untricktified it, brother. You have lost that argument, brother. I yield my time.
All right, brothers and sisters. As you can see, this is Christianity, right? Misinterpret. All right, because the whole foundation and the understanding of even from the time of Abraham to his son Isaac and to his son Jacob, he made a statement and said that they never went back to the land of Shem, what she's calling the land of Shem, which originally was Ham, brothers and sisters. Ham was there and started the Tower of Babel, okay? And then when the lands was split, when the languages were split in our Genesis chapter 11, that's when they went to their separate lands. But before that, they was all together, all right? And I'm going to prove that in my last 10 minutes. But in this 10 minutes, because this brother said some very disrespectful words about our sister Miriam. And we want to deal with Miriam because clearly Miriam had a certain type of feeling about a damn Ethiopian woman. And where does she get these feelings from? If the Most High God is okay with a whole bunch of damn mixing, you just take a wife from anybody. If he's okay with it, then why was Miriam so upset? And the brother was very disrespectful to Miriam, and she was punished and she was forgiven and turned out to be a righteous sister. So let's deal with Moses. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 11, verse 23. Hebrews 11:23. We're going to be moving through this quickly because I want to get every scripture out in this 10 minutes. All right. Hebrews 11:23. Let's go, Maharakah. Reason I have a reader, brothers and sisters, because it tells us in the Bible that we should have a reader, and then a brother brings forth the understanding. So I'm doing the best that I can to follow scripture. So Hebrews 11:23.
By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents, because they saw he was a proper child, and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter.
Hold up now. Moses refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. Why is there no utopia that this brother's trying to propagate upon us today in 2019? Why would Moses didn't have that understanding? Why did Moses feel in his heart, hey, I'm not no damn Egyptian? Understand that. Read.
Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God.
Right. Read.
Than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
Right. Read.
Deeming the reproach of Christ greater riches than the treasures in Egypt.
Right.
For he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. By faith, he forsook Egypt.
He did what?
By faith, he forsook Egypt.
That's Moses, who he's talking about earlier. Read.
Not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured at seeing him who is invisible.
Come on.
Through faith, he kept the Passover with the sprinkling of blood, lest he that destroyed the firstborn should touch them.
So now, as we can see, Moses had a problem. Don't call me no Egyptian. But Brother Black Jesus Ministry in 2019 said that he's an Egyptian. But yet our forefather Moses said, hell no, I'm not no damn Egyptian. Let me get Numbers chapter 12, verse 1. Numbers chapter 12, verse 1. We're not dealing with no utopia, brothers and sisters. We are the children of Israel, and we're going to stand on that until we die.
Numbers 12:1. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian woman.
So now Miriam and Aaron had a problem with him marrying an Ethiopian woman, brothers and sisters. Where is this utopia in which this brother is trying to demonstrate to us? Why is not Miriam and Aaron okay with it? What we have to understand is in the scriptures, brothers and sisters, the wife of the daughter of Jethro is not the Egyptian woman that they was referring to. Let us prove that. Give me Genesis chapter, matter of fact, give me Exodus 3.
You want to read verse 2, brother?
Yeah.
And they said, have the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Have he not spoken also by us?
Right. So what we can see is that they're speaking against an Ethiopian woman, but let's prove that it's not the daughter of Jethro. Let me get Exodus 3:1. Exodus 3:1.
The book of Exodus chapter 3, verse 1. And Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian.
So Jethro was the priest of Midian. Jethro was a Midianite. See?
Okay. And he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the mountain of God, even to Horeb.
So now let's go to Genesis chapter 25 and verse 1 to substantiate who are the Midianites, brothers and sisters. Are they Ethiopian? Let's see.
Genesis 25:1. Then again, Abraham took a wife, and her name was Keturah, and she bare him Zimran and Jokshan and Medan and Median and Ishbak and Shaul.
So Midian is the son of Abraham and Keturah. All right, so we're going to go into the book of Jasher. We're going to get a deeper look at Moses, okay? Now, this is not to change his mind, brothers and sisters. This is for you and I so we can get additional information, all right? So I just want you to walk with me and take a look at our forefather Moses, and let's see if he was operating in this utopia spirit and he was in love with the Ethiopian woman which he had married. Let's look. Because I want you to give me this chapter and verse in the Bible that talks about this woman. And if you can't, then you need to shut the hell up. All right? So now let's go to Jasher chapter 72. We're going to start at the 21st verse. Can you share your screen, Maharakat? Is that possible?
You want me to get all of the book of Jasher and share it?
Yeah, can you?
Yeah, hold on.
All right, Brother Black Jesus Ministry, can you give me a second to get this share screen together?
What you need me to do, bro?
Just give me some time while he pull it up. Just stop the clock for me, as I did for you earlier.
No problem, brother. Go right ahead.
All right, the water. Thank you.
I'm right here on 72. 72, share.
Yeah, let's start at the 21st verse.
Y'all can see. Okay, y'all. Hold on. Let me go there. Can you see it?
Yes. Hallelujah.
All right. So when I talk, do you still see the screen?
Yes.
All right. The book of Joshua, chapter 72. And
scroll down to the 21st verse.
All right, 21 right here. At that time that the war and the siege were against Cush, Moses fled from Egypt from Pharaoh, who sought to kill him for having slain the Egyptian.
Right. Come on.
And Moses was 18 years old when he fled from Egypt from the presence of Pharaoh. And he fled and escaped to the camp of Hyrcanus.
Go ahead.
Which at that time was besieging Cush. And
right. Cush, brothers and sisters, is the biblical name for the Ethiopians. Go ahead.
And the king and princes and all the fighting men loved Moses, for he was great and worthy. His stature was like a noble lion. His face was like the sun, and his strength was like that of a lion, and he was counselor to the king.
Come on.
And at the end of 9 years, Hyrcanus was seized with a disease, and his illness prevailed over him, and he died on the 7th day.
All right, so we see that Hyrcanus, the king of the Ethiopians, or the king of Cush, died. All right, so now I want you to drop down to the 33rd verse and read 33 through 37.
Now therefore let us go and make a king over us, and let us remain in the siege until the city is delivered up to us. And they wished to choose on that day a man for a king from the army of Hyrcanus, and they found no object of their choice like Moses to reign over them.
Come on.
And they hastened to strip off each man his garments and cast them upon the ground, and they made a great heap and placed Moses thereon. And he rose up and blew the trumpets and called out before him and said, "May the king live, may the king live." And all the people and nobles were, and all the people and the nobles swore unto him to give him for a wife Adoniah, the queen, the Cushite wife of Hyrcanus, and they made Moses king over them. On
2 more minutes.
Come on.
And all the people of Cush issued a proclamation that day, saying every man must give something to Moses of what.
All right, so stop. Give me 74 and 30, and we're gonna read 30 through 38. Then I'll be done. All right.
74 verse.
74 chapter 30th verse through 38. I pray that the Black Jesus Minister allow me to get to the 38th verse, and then I'll yield the floor.
You said 77.
Go right ahead, brother. Go right ahead.
77?
Chapter 74, verse 30.
All right. I don't see verse 30 here, brother.
Chapter 74.
That's the book of Joshua, chapter 74, right there, right?
Oh, Salakia, 73, and start at the 30th verse.
All right. Joshua 73, verse 30. And Moses took the city by his wisdom, and the children of Cush placed him on the throne instead of Hyrcanus, king of Cush. And he placed a royal crown upon his head, and he gave him for a wife Adoniah, the Cushite queen, wife of Hyrcanus. And Moses feared the Lord God of his fathers, so that he came not to her, nor did he turn his.
Let's take that nice and slow. Read 32, nice and good.
And Moses feared the Lord God of his fathers.
Right.
So he came not to her, and did he turn his eyes to her?
And didn't turn his eyes to her. Moses didn't turn his eyes to her. Come on.
For Moses remembered how Abraham had made his servant Elijah swear, saying unto him, "Thou shalt not take a woman from the daughters of Canaan for my son Isaac."
So Abraham made his servant swear that his son not take a daughter of the Canaanite, but rather take one of the lineage of his forefather. Read.
Also, what Isaac did when Jacob had fled from his brother, when he commanded him, saying, "Thou shalt not take a wife from the daughters of Canaan, nor make any alliance with any of the children of Ham."
Right. So as we can see, Isaac was told not to take a Canaanite. Jacob was told not to take a Canaanite or any from the seed of Ham, brothers and sisters. Now we know and we understand that certain servants came in, but we have a law for servants. We have a law if you take a servant as a wife in the Bible. All right. But primarily, your primary wife, the Bible says that you're not supposed to take that. And just because a man violates that doesn't mean that the Lord didn't substantiate that in ancient times. Read 35.
The Lord our God gave Ham, the son of Noah, and his children, all his seed, as slaves to the children of Shem and to the children of Japheth, and or to their seed after them for slaves forever.
How long?
Forever.
Forever. Read.
Therefore, Moses turned not his eye, Moses turned not his heart, nor his eyes to the wife of Calculus all the days that he reigned over Cush.
So Moses never touched that Ethiopian woman. And even though Miriam didn't know that, she in second and third hand information, she didn't know that, right? But Moses, the account of Moses, he didn't never touch her, even though she was given to him by the people of Cush. Read.
And Moses feared the Lord his God all his life. And Moses walked before the Lord in truth, with all his heart and soul. He turned not from the right way all the days of his life. He declined not from the way either to the right or to the left, in which Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob had walked.
There you go. So Moses followed the actions of his forefathers, right? And he took wives of his own nation. And he never touched that Ethiopian woman. So as we now have an account of what happened with Moses, we can start having a certain level of bias toward Miriam because she didn't have the full story, just like you didn't have the full story until I brought it to you unto today through the spiritual power of the Most High and his dear son. I yield the floor.
All right, dear brother. Can you hear me, brother YirmeYah?
Yes, sir.
All right, that was a total of 16 minutes, brother. I hope you'll give me the same 16 minutes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No problem.
All right, thank
you, brother. Sincerely.
Yeah, no problem at all, brother. Wanted to let you get it out there, bro. All right, I'm going to share my screen, and y'all let me know when y'all can see my screen. We finna wrap this up, and then we're going to open it up for anyone who would like to come on the panel to ask questions, to make comments, to say who they thought won the debate. We're going to do that immediately after this, my last round. Hold on, is this my last round, and then that's it, or do you have one more? What is it?
Yeah, you know, for time's sake, you know, we can kind of we can yield it up and just kind of go back and forth in the question session if you want to do that to wrap it up.
No more questions. Either you want me to end it now after I finish, or do you because I forgot who went first, man, out of me and you.
You went first, so then I got one more.
Okay, then. All right, and the one more that you have, you'll just have 4 minutes since you went 15 minutes. Okay.
All right,
16 minutes.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me know when I'll see my screen, people.
But then that means that you just got your 10 minutes then.
What do you mean?
Because 4 minutes plus the 16 minutes is 20 minutes. And if you get extra time, you're going to have more than 20 minutes. Don't that make sense?
No. Okay, I went first and I did 10 minutes.
Right.
And then you went second and you did 16 minutes.
Right.
Okay, now it's my turn for my last turn, and I get 16 minutes because no. I'll just do 10 minutes and then you come back and do your 4. That's right. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Okay. Got it.
Trying to get one over here,
Oh Lord, man, I appreciate all y'all patience, brothers and sisters. Okay, brother. Damn. Let me know if you can see my screen when it pops up.
We're starting the time now.
No. Can you see my screen first of all?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, hold on. Let me get rid of these messages, man. These messages.
You're a popular man.
No, I need to turn my messages off. That's what I need to do. Okay. Let me hit this.
All right, we're gonna stop you at 5:10. It's 4:59. So by the time you get started, it'll be 5 o'clock. So we'll stop you at 5:10.
Okay, thank you, brother. Can I go now?
Go ahead.
Okay, brothers and sisters, this debate is over with. It would have been over with in the first round if I didn't have technical difficulties, but this debate was over with in the second round, brothers and sisters. My dear brother YirmeYah, said that he agreed with the E1B1A haplogroup gene marker applying to Black Hebrew Israelites. And he said,
clear, I did not agree to that, brother.
Okay, sir, I got you. But what you said was, your exact words was that yes, that it is in the Bible. That's what you said, bro. Okay. Now, if anybody didn't hear him say that, and if he denies that, y'all can roll this tape back. He said it's confirmed by the Bible. He said it's not confirmed.
But it's okay. Your floor.
Okay, brother. Thank you, brother. My brother YirmeYah said that the E1B1A gene is confirmed by the Bible, but not science. Now, I don't know how that worked. Okay. Now, so since he agrees with me that the E1B1A gene is confirmed by the Bible, you know what? Yes, I do know how it works, because I have been proving that the Israelites have been intermarrying with Hamites since they became Israelites, starting off in Egypt for 430 years, and Joseph married an Egyptian high priest's daughter, and his children became the 12th tribe of Israel. They were 50% Hamite. The tribe of Joseph, Ephraim and Manasseh. You mean to tell me that Joseph could do it and all of the rest of the 72 Israelites that was in Israel did not marry Egyptians for 430 years and were not genetically consumed by Canaanites, Ethiopians, and Egyptians? Brother, you have lost your mind, sir. Now, and we just proved, and I asked, how did look in the yellow part, guys, how did the origin of the E1B1 Hamite gene get into the gene pool of the descendants of Abraham, who was way over here from East Arabia, from the land of Shem, because God had to get him away from those idolatrous, wicked Shemites and bring them to a cleaner people and to a cleaner land, the land of Canaan, to the high priest of God, Melchizedek, because what? They intermarried with these Canaanites and these Egyptians and Ethiopians, Canaanites, Egyptians, and Ethiopians who originated from here, Southern and Central Africa. So let's read, people. The discovery of the SNPs by Trombetta et al. 2011, I'm reading up here, guys, significantly referred to the EV38, which is the E1B1A polygenetic tree. This led the authors to suggest that the EV38 may have originated in East Africa. V38 joins the West African affiliate EM2 and the Northern East African affiliate EM329 with an earlier common ancestor like EP2. Many have also originated in East Africa, and downstream SNPE possibly originated on the most South Central Sahara savanna grassland of Northern Africa between 14,000 to 10,000 years BP. According to Wood et al. 2005, he wrote, and Rosa et al. 2007, such population movements changed the pre-existing population Y chromosomal diversity in Central, Southern, and Southern East Africa, replacing the previous haplogroups frequencies in these areas with non-dominant E1B1A lineages. Traces of earlier inhabitants, however, can be observed today. Let me scroll down. Can be observed today in these regions, and the presence of the Y-DNA haplogroups A1 and A1B and A2 and A3 and BM60 that are common in certain populations, such as the Mabuti and the Khoisan. Hamite people, common in the Mabuti and Khoisan. And look at the distribution, guys. Look at this, pay close attention. This haplogroup's frequencies and diversity are highest Do y'all see that? Or highest. Do you see that, Jeremiah? Or highest in West Africa. West Africa is way over here. West Africa, not East Africa, where Arabia is and the land of Shem, and where where Abraham was from, but over here in Africa and the land of Africa, the land of Canaan, among Africans. And what does it say? In West Africa, within Africa East EV38, which is the E1B1A, displays a west to east as well as a south to north clinal distribution. In other words, the frequency of the haplogroup decreases as one moves from Western and Southern Africa toward the east and northern parts of the continent. What does that mean? That the distribution of the haplogroup is stronger. The E1B1A, the EV38, Black Israelite gene is strongest in the south of Africa, but as you travel north, it becomes weaker. It is stronger in West Africa, and it gets weaker as you travel toward the east. So how did the E1B1A, EV38 Hebrew Israelite gene get into the gene pool of Abraham, who came all the way over here from Shem and the land of Ur and the Arabians who traveled to Africa? Is because they intermarried with Egyptians, with Ethiopians, with Canaanites, and became genetically consumed with Hamites. And that is why they have the Hamite, Bantu, Pygmy-Twa, E1B1A, EV38 gene. And they not only have the gene, but they adopted the Canaanite alphabet and the Canaanite culture and the Canaanite name of God, El Elyon and Yahweh. Why? Because they became part of these people before God completely separated them and brought about a significant separation. That separation did not happen instantaneously. And even when they were separated and went into the land of Egypt, who went with them? A mixed multitude of Edomites, of Egyptians, and Canaanites, because we read in Isaiah 19 that the majority language in Egypt during that time was the Canaanite language in Isaiah 19. So not only were they learning the Canaanite language in Egypt, but they knew the language when they went back into the land of Canaan in the Exodus. They already knew the Canaanite language. And the Canaanite language, which they adopted, that God caused them to be adopted through the order of Melchizedek, who was the Canaanite king and high priest of God over the land of Canaan. The Israelite priesthood and the Israelite people promise came from the Canaanites through the order of Melchizedek, as Jesus became the final priest after the order of Canaan and the Canaanite high priest and king Melchizedek. Brother, you got to explain to me, how did this African gene E1B1A get into the bloodstream of the Black Hebrew Israelites? Because Black is African, sir. And they became African when 72 of them traveled into Egypt among millions of Hamite Egyptians and intermarried with them and became genetically consumed, whether you like it or not, and God allowed it. Let me know when I got 2 minutes. Whether you like it or not, brother. Now, what you're not explaining is that there were
2 minutes.
There were times when God allowed the Israelites to intermarry, and there were times when God did not. But my brother, all he wants to do is preach to you all from the times when God said no. Now, let me show y'all something real quick, if I can get there. If I can get there and get rid of these messages. Lord have mercy. But again, like I said, people, this debate was over with in the second round. You cannot get around the E1B1A being Bantu Hamite gene, brother. That is the identity of that is the gene identity of all Israelites, sir, the foundation. And we just proved without beyond a shadow of a doubt that its origin is Southern and Central Africa. And also, brothers and sisters, you guys can read the book. Let me see if I can get there. Y'all can read this book by Dr. Yosef Ben Yachanan, The Chronology of the Bible, also verifies that the E1B1A and original Hebrew Israelites are African. You can also read the book by Dr. Nana Banti Darkwa called Africans Wrote the Bible. Africans Wrote the Bible, a PhD African who proves that Africans wrote the Bible and they were Africans. The Israelites are African. And the language, the Hebrew language, is Bantu Pygmy Twa, which was also confirmed by Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop, the great Egyptologist. Sheikh Anta Diop proved that the Hebrew Israelite and the Kemetic language was a Bantu people language. These are what the slaves looked like, brothers and sisters, when they was on slave ships. Do y'all see anybody light skinned and brown skinned like Brother H.O.R.S?
That's your time, brother. That's your time. That's your time.
Can I get 2 more minutes, brother? Can I get 2 more?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I'll give you 2 more. These are slaves, brothers. This is pictures of slaves on slave ships. Do any of these brothers look light-skinned and brown-skinned like Brother H.O.R.S and all of you bastardized American Hebrew Israelites who are mixed and are the result of slavery, rape, and having the white man's last name to prove that you are a mutt, a bastard, mutt, American Hebrew Israelite, and that your father is a white man? And according to the doctrine of ISUPK and GMS and what my brother H.O.R.S believes, you are a white man. If you got a white man's last name and you're a black American, you are a white man, and 99% of chance you got that name from your slave master father. Look at these black Africans. Do you see anybody light-skinned and brown-skinned looking like Brother H.O.R.S? Look at this. Now, these are real life. This is a real flesh and blood photo of slaves on a slave ship. Do y'all see this? Do you see anybody on here light-skinned and brown-skinned looking like H.O.R.S? H.O.R.S and myself and every other Negro in America, we are bastardized Israelites who are the fathers and the result of slavery rape. You don't see no light-skinned and brown-skinned Africans in here, do you, Brother Yisrael? Hell no. These are the original. These are the original. But you run around here with other nigger nut Hebrew Israelites talking about your brown skin and your good hair and your light skin as if the original Israelites didn't come here jet black with kinky hair. The reason why you got so-called good hair, the lie of white skin, light skin, brown skin supremacy, the lie of white skin, light skin, brown skin supremacy is because you are what your father is, the white slave master, sir.
That's your time.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate everybody. And look at Oluda Equiano, an original full-blooded African Hebrew Israelite. Do you look like him, Brother H.O.R.S? This is the original, brother. Get out of here, man.
No, I don't look like him. But if you want to turn on the screen and show the people what you look like, you look like me. So I don't know what the hell you talking about, brother.
I just said me and you are bastardized Hebrew Israelites. We are mutts. I said that, sir.
Right.
You are a goddamn mutt, and I'm a mutt. Now tell everybody your real name. My last name is LeBlanc. That's French. Now, what is your white man slave master last name?
That's none of your business.
You damn right it ain't, nigga, because you are mutt just like me, and you are what your father is, and you are a white man, and I'm a white man to your dumbass logic. And I'm sorry I had to say it like that. Now let's go.
All right. So now, brothers and sisters, I want to make this thing very clear that this is a cakewalk, brothers and sisters. This is like Israelite 101. Like, this is the first thing you learn as a Hebrew Israelite, is how the children of Israel came to the western parts of Africa. And as you notice that he showed in his map and said the highest percentage of E1B1 is in the western hemisphere or the western parts of Africa. So this is a classic book of the Hebrew Israelites. Babylon of Timbuktu. All right. This is Hebrew Israelite 101. All right. And it lets you know that the children of Israel left Egypt They left Israel and came into Africa. They did not populate the areas in which Ham was already populated. They went to the areas in which they had room to grow and develop themselves. How do I know that? When I go into the historical book, I can read this for myself. All right. So it says here in page 84, it says in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem in 70 AD. General Vespasius and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governor of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities was committed against the residue of the people. During the period of Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews have fled into Africa, fleeing Roman persecution and slavery. The slave market was full of black Jewish slaves, right? So as we know here, it says here on page 90, it says the black Jews was not absorbed. They were not absorbed. Salakia. The black Jews had an advantage over the African tribes. They carried their culture, history, laws, and written records with them. This assured them a constant predecessor for a higher social development of a higher social organization because of the stability of the black Jews. So as we can see, and they did not go up into the population where West why E1B1 is highly concentrated in the western parts of Africa. Now, I never said that I agreed with him on the white man's science. I thought I made that very clear. I said my understanding on identifying who we are is based in the Bible. All right. And I read the scripture which is based upon Deuteronomy 28, 45, and 46. All right. And then you read the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28, Deuteronomy 33, Leviticus chapter 26, Jeremiah, Hosea, Obadiah. Read all of these passages and you'll get a full understanding of who we are. You identify us based upon the conditions in which you find our people in, man. That's how you identify us. Then it tells us on page 132 of the Babylon 10 book 2, brothers and sisters, that these facts have peculiar significance when the presence of Judaism amongst who? American Negroes. And the consistence of Honduras of thousands of slaves were brought to where? America. From where? This West Africa. During this West Africa were brought to America from West Africa. The days of the transatlantic slave trade. So as we can see, we got into Africa, the western parts of Africa, because when we left from Israel, according to Matthew chapter 24, when it says, when you see the enemies at your bay, flee unto the mountains, right? So when we went into the mountains and we went on traveling into the interiors of Africa, we didn't just stop in Egypt. We didn't just stop in Libya. We went on to establish our own culture and identity so we could serve the Most High without persecution. But yet that persecution still found us in the western parts of Africa. Why? Because there was a curse that was placed on the children of Israel that they would go into captivity. All right. So now, as we can see, I have shown you all a multitude of examples of the children of Israel, and one
more minute.
Oh, hold up! I had 2 extra minutes.
Okay, 2 more. Go ahead. 2 more minutes. 3 more minutes. Three.
Yeah. So I just want to deal with some of the confusion that the brother has brought when you're talking about race relations and you're talking about identifying a people. I understand. I know all about Oluda Equiano. I have his book right here. All right. This is Oluda Equiano. I have his book. So we go into the information and he sees the characteristics of these people in where? Western Africa. So he asked me, how can you prove, how did these people get into Western Africa? I was E1B1 dominant in West Africa because they mixed. Then if they mix, then that means E1B1 should be in Egypt, it should be in Ethiopia, it should be in all parts of Africa. It should not just be concentrated in Western Africa. Okay? That's ridiculous, man. All right. So now we can check the migration of the children of Israel leaving Egypt, brothers and sisters. We can check the migration and look at the people in which whom these DNAs that he's utilizing, I'm not utilizing, he's utilizing. We can see why these things are coming up and coming to pass. Why is it not prevalent in Ethiopia? Why is it not prevalent in Egypt? Because the examples of mixing that he gave was in Egypt and in Ethiopia and in Canaan. So why is there not a concentrated level of that in Ethiopia and in Egypt? You know why? Because the children of Israel stayed amongst themselves to the best of their ability. But did mixing go on? Yes, mixing went on. But you are identified by your father, brothers and sisters. And we have identified and proven in Numbers chapter 1 and various other scriptures that we can go to. All right. So I just want everybody to sit back and think for a second. The Most High said he chose
one more minute, brother.
I got you. He chose a special people. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 15. All right. He said that he makes a difference between Egypt and the Israelites. All right. So I want you all to take those things in consideration and think about this idea of mixing where no one knows who is anymore. But yet Paul was identified as an Egyptian. He wasn't identified as an Israelite, an Egyptian. They didn't become one during the time of Christ. Even Christ said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel, brothers and sisters. All right. So we have to take these things in consideration. When it says that when you go into Revelation chapter 7 and it talks about the 144,000, that is of the nation of Israel. Ham is nowhere mentioned in there. When it talked about the 12 gates in Revelations, it's talking about the children of Israel. Ham is nowhere mixing in there. Take these things in consideration, brothers and sisters, and you think about these and evaluate the evidence and look at it and weigh it for all it's worth. Because the Most High loves his people. He just wants to set them on high. They will be governing this earth, and every other nation will be under them. Now, what's wrong with that? Because we have that same example right now in this world, because we're on the bottom and we have other people and other races on top of us. I have additional information I want to share. All right, let's say this last thing. I had additional information that I wanted to share, but due to time constraints and certain difficulties with this platform, I wasn't able to bring this information out. But again, you identify the children of Israel through the curses and the conditions they find themselves in these last days. I yield the floor.
Okay, brother YirmeYah, how much more time do you need, brother? How much more time do you need?
No, I'm done, brother. I'm done.
No. If I give you 3 more minutes, will that be okay?
No, because I don't want to sit through 3 minutes a year. All right.
All right.
I'm all right.
Okay, it's fine. Okay. All right. So we're done. We're going to open it up to for people to come on. Those of you who had the link, y'all can come on now and ask a question or comment and let us know who you thought won this debate and ask a question. And then after we have questions and comments from those who would like to do so, the judges will render their decision. The judges will render their decision. All right.
Those who don't have the link, can they ask questions from the comment board?
Yeah. If you can look over there. I'm trying to go there too. Yeah, y'all can put y'all question in the comment section. So do you see did you pull it up yet, brother YirmeYah?
I'm doing it now.
Okay. You guys who have the link, y'all can come on in. I'm going to put the link also in the chat, and you guys can come in the chat. Did you pull it up yet, brother yours?
Yeah, I got it pulled up. I'm looking at it now. We do have a brother on here. We got 2 brothers on already, so you can start dealing with them. Black Jesus Minister.
All right. If you 2 brothers will one at a time open up your mic, ask your question, make a comment, and we will have we'll take about 1 or 2 minutes to answer your question. So go right ahead. First come, first serve. Open up your mic, dear brother or sister.
Who you talking about, Black Jesus?
Okay, whoever just came on and wants to ask a question, and you're not an original.
You got a question?
No, I don't got a question. I got a statement.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I mean, on as far as context and as far as I think that Black Jesus, you did great too. and I think Jeremiah did great. Both of y'all did a great job. But I'm gonna have to give it on my end. I'm gonna have to give it to Jeremiah just for the simple fact that he came out of the biblical text, and that's really what it is. I can understand what he's saying about the science because that is a belief, and his belief is, and he showed through his belief that the scriptures are correct behind his belief that those people are actually from Shem. Now, the E1B1 being African, I can believe that also, but that's coming outside of the Bible, and you dealing with biblical context. So that's all I have to say. Both of y'all did a great job, but I have to give it to Jeremiah.
Okay, brother Jeremiah, you can respond to him, then I'll respond. Go ahead, brother.
I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, it's important that we remember the context of the discussion, which was are Israelites Hamitic or Shemitic, and that's what the discussion was. We can't change the table of context or the table of nations based upon our personal bias.
All right. Can I respond to my brother now?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm finna show my screen real quick. Brother King Sith, are you still there?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you see my? I'm clicking it on now. Okay. Can you see my screen, dear brother?
Yeah, I see your avatar.
Okay. Now, do you see my screen now? My screen. Do you see some scriptures?
No, I don't see no scriptures.
Hold on.
I see them. I see them.
Now they popping up.
Okay. Okay. Look at Ezekiel 16:3 and Ezekiel 16:45. Brother King said.
All right, I see.
And it says, and say, thus saith the Lord God unto Jerusalem. This is God talking to Israel. Thy birth, look at this, judges. Look, judges. Thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan. Thy father was an Amorite, and thy mother an Hittite. Hittites and Amorites, King said, are Canaanite Hamitic people. This is God saying that the Israelites' mothers and fathers are Hamite Canaanite. And it is mentioned a second time, the exact same thing as 16:45. Thou art thy mother's daughter, and loathed after her husband and her children, and thou art thy sister of thy sisters, which loathed their husbands and their children. Your mother was an Hittite, and your father an Amorite. This is God saying that the Israelites became Canaanite Hamitic people, starting in Egypt when they intermarried with those Canaanites who were in Egypt and those Canaanites who were in Canaan and Ethiopia. So, my brother, there it is in the scripture, big as day, brother, out of God's mouth. I'm done. Next person who got a question. Next person. Open up your mic. Judges, I hope y'all see this. Judges. Anybody else want to open up their mic? I dropped the panel link, guys, in the live chat. You guys can click that link and join the panel. Anybody can click the link and join the panel. Brother H.O.R.S, do you see anybody asking a question?
I'm looking now.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking too.
All right, well, since you saying that, let me say this, Black Jesus. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I actually think that you're right as far as Hebrews being Africans. I believe that you're right. But as far as the biblical narrative goes, as far as what the scripture says, Jeremiah was correct because of the context in the scripture. Now we can go and do the DNA and say, yeah, man, y'all Africans. We can say that all day long. But in the biblical text, in the biblical scripture, it says that they are from Shem and that they are a chosen people of God. That's just what it is in the biblical text. Like I said, I believe that you're right and Jeremiah is right due to biblical context. And I believe that's what it is. That's why I have to give it to Jeremiah.
That's fine, brother. Johnny, I appreciate you, man.
I don't mean to cut you, Black Jesus, but Johnny just came in. You want to ask the question, brother?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I was a little busy. Yeah, I would say great job on both sides. I'm in agreement with Set. You know, you kind of more stuck to the biblical text, but the overall, coming from a scholar standpoint, I believe that I got to give that portion to Black Jesus Minister. Um, he definitely came with a lot of scholarly information. Um, what I would say that y'all both kind of had got off a topic a little bit, but I could see where Black Jesus Minister is coming from. There's a lot of mixture among the Israelite people, but your point is that they came from the line of Shem. And I got a question though for y'all too. I would say this from my opinion, I kind of think Black Jesus Ministry, that Isaiah scripture that was taken out of context when it says your father was an Amorite and your mother was a Hittite. That's actually speaking of the land of Canaan, which is basically letting the
Right.
Israelites know that you're not the original inhabitants of that land. It wasn't calling their mother Amorite and their father Hittite. But I would say this: you need science, because that's how the Bible is proven, through science. So I would say this: how old? Because you mentioned, brother YirmeYah, that 70 A.D. A million Africans fled into I'm sorry, a million Israelites fled into West Africa. But the biggest question is how old is that E1B1A haplogroup in West Africa? I believe that haplogroup most likely predates that time period where the Israelites fled into that direction. But go ahead. That's it for me.
Yes, sir. Can I respond to you, and then I'm gonna let Brother YirmeYah.
Somebody,
Can I?
can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me
Hey,
now?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, my
go
bad.
ahead.
hey,
Can
Jeremiah.
anybody hear me now? All right, I'm back. All right, all right. I've been quiet for a long time. The host is back. I went out and shared the group. I did a watch party and everything. So, hey, when it's time for me to ask a question, I don't want nobody interfering. Let's get back to it. Shalom.
Oh yeah, go
All
ahead,
right.
Black Jesus.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Jeremiah, can I respond to my brother's comment? May I respond to my brother's comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, to the brother that just spoke, yes, brother, just go to Wikipedia, what I just showed you, type in E1B1A, and they said the E1B1A gene was 14 to 16,000 years old, and even older than that. So yes, the E1B1A gene did not begin with the Shemites, or Abraham. It began in Africa. It said that the frequency, the density of the E1B1 gene is stronger in West Africa, and it gets weaker when you go toward the east. It's stronger in South Africa and gets weaker when you go toward the north. So the origin of the E1B1A gene is exclusively Africa, brother. It ain't nowhere else. Okay,
Right,
and we prove that
All right.
Shem came from which was in northeast Arabia.
right,
Okay,
right.
ah,
Great information. And
Listen in
I would just
to the debate over, right? Let me get a
no,
question to
no,
you,
no.
Black Jesus Minister. Is that okay?
can I say
I know
Okay,
I'm just a host, but
can I
we
say
doing
one
question
last
and answer
thing?
time, right?
Can I say
Hello?
one last thing before you go, brother?
Hello?
Jeremiah, go ahead. He's talking to you, Jeremiah.
Hello?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Jeremiah, he's talking.
Oh, now we can't hear.
Okay, he's talking to you, Jeremiah. Can you hear him?
Oh yeah.
Damn. Go
I
ahead,
wanted to
brother. I don't.
I
He
wanted
sound like
I
that.
wanted to say great
So y'all can't hear
information.
me now.
No, we can't. We can hear you, Jeremiah, but you can't hear us. Jeremiah, can you hear us? Unmute your. Can you hear us, Jeremiah?
Hey, one of you niggas had muted me. That's what just happened.
No, Jeremiah.
Oh, ain't
Can you
nobody
hear?
muted you, brother. Ain't nobody muted you. We can hear you. You can't hear us.
Let's text him in the
Okay.
back chat. Let him know. Um,
Okay. Go ahead, brother.
I would say great information, Black Jesus, and that was the point I was
Hello?
making. That gene is very, very old. Um, and we have to always remember too that the Garden of Eden and Adam and Eve, because Noah and his family are descendants of Adam. So that gene definitely originated in Africa just based on that fact. But I appreciate that, Black Jesus Minister.
Okay,
can I respond to that? Can I respond to that?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so he's saying that these things originated in Africa, but the Bible doesn't agree with him, brothers and sisters. All right. So Galatians chapter 4, right, verse 26, which says, but Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. All right. So even if you take in consideration Israel being on the continent of Africa, I'm okay with that. But
yeah, we can hear you, Jeremiah.
Can nobody hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Jeremiah? He can't. Go ahead, brother. Talk.
Yeah, so the Bible says that
his mic on mute. I see it on my phone. His mic on mute.
Well, but it's not on mute when he speak up.
Yeah, he
go
just
ahead.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, brothers and sisters, is that Galatians chapter 4, verse 23, verse 26 says Jerusalem is the mother of us all. All right. So like I said, even if we understand that Israel is on the continent of Africa, it's not South Africa. So he just made a statement and said that it originated in South Africa, but the Bible says that the children of Israel are the land of Jerusalem is the mother of us all. All right. So these things
can nobody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Y'all can finally hear me? Oh my God, really? Yeah, I don't like this Google Hangout, man. This right here. It's like I'm the only one that have technical difficulties. Even the host of the damn show can't. If somebody back here blocking and mute, we're gonna find out at the end. If somebody playing games, is anybody doing a certain data?
Hey, no one.
Now, can I get a question to you, Black Jesus Minister? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Now look at that. Look. Now they can't hear me again.
I can hear you, Jeremiah. Go ahead.
Man, this is some bullshit.
Oh my God, Jeremiah. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Jeremiah, did you finish talking, Jeremiah?
No.
Okay, go ahead. You want to respond to what that brother said?
It's one of these. Somebody out here. I can't hear nothing.
Jeremiah, you're gonna have to I don't know. You're gonna have to just drop off, man, because we can hear you, but you can't hear us.
Exactly. I'm gonna call Jeremiah. Go ahead and respond to what he said, and we're gonna take the next person. The next person. The link to the panel. Hold on. The link to the panel, guys, is in the chat room. The link to the panel is in the chat room because we got to hurry up and get to these judges. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
Yeah. So what I was saying is that when we made a statement about we have to understand that the lineage in which we're following a lineage, we're going from Adam to Seth. We're going from Seth to Enoch. We're going from Enoch to Noah. We're going from Noah to Shem. So that is the line. That is the same family line. You understand? And Israel is the last of that particular lineage because no new lineages were created after that. All right. So Esau and Israel was the last two nations that was created in the biblical text. And so when you get to Israel, that's why I'm saying you only is talking about the family. When you go back into the lineage, it's not discrediting Noah. It's not discrediting Shem. It's not discrediting Enoch all the way to Adam, Seth. It's not discrediting anyone. That's the same family line. I just wanted to make that clear. All right. So now, is anyone else on here before we go to the judges? Because I'm looking at the questions, and I don't see anyone asking anything in the chat.
All right. Anybody else on the panel who wants to ask a question? Anybody else?
I want to make a comment.
All right, go right ahead. Who is this?
This is Neo.
Oh no, Neo, you can't make no. You're the judge, brother. Make it when we come to you for you to. You can't ask no questions. All we want you to do is give your judgment, and you can make statements then. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, anybody else? If we don't have nobody else on, again, the link to the panel is in the chat room on the live feed. Click it and come on the panel, ask your question, make a statement. If we don't have nobody, We're going to move on to the judges. All right. Any final words you want to say, Jeremiah, to everybody? Thank yous and all that kind of stuff. Promote your platform.
Well, you brothers and sisters can find me at YahWorld 777. That's YAHWORLD 777, and H.O.R.S. your code on Facebook, and YirmeYah, please say to Yah on Instagram. Hey, listen, man, always remember to support your nation, and we're doing this out of love. I got sincere love for Black Jesus Minister, and I appreciate him allowing me to come on his platform, and I appreciate the patience from all of you as y'all walk through these scriptures with us, as we're doing it with a sincere heart to raise the vibration and the minds and the spiritual understanding of our people.
All right, thank you, dear brother. All right, I'm gonna throw my 2 cents up in there. Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, sir.
All right, and I'm gonna share my screen again, dear brother. Can you see our African Israelite brothers that I just pulled up on my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
These are the closing remarks you're about to give?
Yeah, this is my closing remark. My closing remark. Yeah. You ready? Can I go?
Yes, sir.
Okay, brothers and sisters, all of us who are over here and the victims of slavery and colonial rape, especially here in the Americas, who carry our white slave master forefathers' last name. Now, brother YirmeYah was ashamed to give his white slave master's forefathers' last name, because my brother wants to live in a fantasy to believe that he is not, that he does not have a white slave father in his lineage, and that is the cause of him to have light and brown skin that you all brag about, that you wayward Black American brothers and sisters love to brag about, in the disease and the sickness of white supremacy, white skin, light skin, brown skin, good hair supremacy, the goddamn lie of white skin, light skin, brown skin, good hair supremacy, because that is a gift that your white slave forefathers have given you. And you are agents, brothers and sisters. You are agents of white supremacy. And you walk around here being agents of white supremacy, making our dark-skinned brothers and sisters who are the purest of us, who look just like our West African Hebrew Israelite tribes who came over here in the Atlantic slave trade, jet black with kinky hair, trying to make them feel like they are inferior to you, when you are the one who is inferior because you are a goddamn white man, according to ISUPK and GMS. You are not black and God kinky like these black beautiful Africans here in this photo. These are the real Hebrew Israelites. You see these flesh and blood photo right here? Do you see anybody in here yellow? Do you see anybody here with good hair? Do you see anybody here with brown skin? No, these are our original mothers and fathers. They are more original than you and I. They were the ones who had to endure slavery rape that produced light-skinned and brown-skinned Negroes who run around here now and think that they are superior because the slave master told us. The slave master told you that your brown skin and your light skin and your so-called good hair is better than the original Hebrew. It is time for that lie to die. And that's what Black Jesus Minister, Black Jesus Radio is all about. Go to Black Jesus Radio YouTube, subscribe. Go to Black Jesus Radio Facebook and subscribe. And let's kill this goddamn evil lie of white supremacy and colorism among our black people. And let's elevate our dark-skinned, kinky-haired brothers and sisters, because when we look at them, we are looking at the purest form of the Black Hebrew Israelite. Thank you, brother.
You do realize that King David was the same color as I am, right?
I don't recognize that, brother.
It tells you that King David was ready.
Do you see anybody red on this slave ship right here?
No, I'm saying King David in the Bible tells you that
do you see anybody red on this slave ship?
It tells you in the Bible that King David was ready.
Well, brother, King David didn't come over here on no damn slave ship. This is where you came from.
No,
you came from West Africa, where everybody.
All right, order. Can I talk? Oh,
yes.
Can we get some order? About time. Okay, we can't have all this yelling and screaming. I just stepped out and I've been patient. And now when I step out, everything getting out of order. Can we get back to order, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
We're done. How you want to proceed, brother? It's time for the judges.
Let's go to the judges. Okay, the first judge we're gonna go to is Neo Love.
Now let's say Neo for last. Let's get Black Jesus Minister judge first.
Okay, that is his judge.
No. My judges are Aboriginal Hebrew, Trent Wade.
Okay, Trent, go ahead, Trent. Who do you say make your decision, sir?
I'm gonna have to give this to Brother H.O.R.S. It is what it is. Right. Based on the topic of discussion, I gotta give it to Brother H.O.R.S.
Okay. Now we're gonna go to Neo Love. Go ahead, Neo.
Brother gets to ask me 2 questions.
Black Jesus Minister. Black Jesus Minister. Let everybody get their stuff. Look, you're a participant. Come on, bro. Now
he gets to ask 2 questions, Jeremiah. He gets to ask 2 questions and 2 follow-ups.
Let's get the rest of the judges.
Hold on, let's get the judge's decision, then we do that. Yeah, come on, man.
No, I need to get my 2 questions in first, brother.
Why would you want to do that?
Don't want that to sway the judges where you can deal with
them. Let's get the judge out the way, then you can ask some questions later, bro. Come on, man. Come on now. All right, we're gonna do this in order. All right, I've been out the way for a long time. I've been out promoting the thing and everything. All right.
Now Daniela's next, Jeremiah.
Okay, Daniela, Prince Daniela. Go ahead. Who do you give your vote to? Black Jesus Minister or YirmeYah?
I have to go with Brother YirmeYah. Black Jesus Minister, with all due respect, made a lot of errors. So when the time comes, I'll explain to you what those errors are.
Okay. And the final judge, Neo Love. Come on down and tell us who you voted for, my friend.
What's good? Okay. This is Neo. The evidence does imply that the Israelites had to have mixed with the Egyptians during their captivity. However, the scriptures do show that they originated from Shem. The question at hand was, were they of Shem or Ham? While they may have both genetics in their makeup, they are ultimately Shem or Shemites. So my vote goes to Brother YirmeYah.
Right. The judges have spoken. That's a unanimous decision. And the winner by, hey, how they say it? And the winner by the judges card, YirmeYah. All right. That was, everybody picked their judges, so you can't say it was unfair. Maybe y'all can have a round 2, Black Jesus Minister. I mean, this how we iron sharpen iron. Hey, don't take it as nothing, as a loss. Take it as a win for everybody.
He get the question. He get the question to judges.
Yes, we're gonna start with the question. First, who would you like to question first, Black Jesus Minister?
It'll be Trent Wade. We're going in order, brother.
Talk to me, family.
All right, brother Trent Wade, my dear brother. Now, dear brother Trent Wade, do you agree that Abraham was the beginning of what was the father of the Israelites, and that he left the land of Ur, which was in northeast Arabia, and that he traveled and left Ur across the Arabian desert, and he went to the land of Canaan, and then Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they became a nation among the Egyptians and the Ethiopians and the Canaanites, and nobody else, the Egyptians, Ethiopians, and Canaanites, and never went back to Ur to intermarry with Shemites to keep the Shemite blood going, because do you agree that there was only, okay, just make it real quick, I said all that. Do you agree that there was only 72 Israelites who went into Egypt and for 400 years intermarried with Egyptians for 430 years? Yes or no? Or you can answer the way you want to.
On a large scale, no. On a medium scale, yeah.
Okay,
that's more than plausible.
Yeah, brother. What does that mean, bro?
On a scale large enough to absorb them into the nationality? No.
Okay, and what was the what?
I
And so
definitely agree that they intermingle. I
okay,
definitely agree on it.
okay. So again, so you're saying, so you agree? Okay, here's my follow up. So you have agreed that they intermarried, right?
Right.
Okay. So if 72 people walked into an entire nation of millions of Hamites, which are Egyptians, and they did marry them, do you not agree that after 430 years of intermarriage, brother, that they will be, that those 72 Hamites who multiplied into millions will not become a majority Hamite after 430 years? Yes or no?
No, sir. I don't agree with that at all.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. All right, thank you, brother.
What the brother pulled out, the scriptures don't either. That's what I'm basing my judgment on, the scriptures.
Okay, what scripture was that?
I mean, he pulled out a multitude of them. Where you want me to start?
Just mention one. What's the strongest one? And this is my last. This is my question, my follow up, and I'm done. What was the strongest scripture that he gave you to prove that the Israelites did not intermarry with the Hamites and become predominantly Hamites?
No. He never set out to prove that they didn't intermarry. He set out to prove that they were Shemites. So I think you might want to reword that question.
Okay. So he was proving. Okay. So in other words, so now, okay, I'm a pass on that, brother. I think I understand where you're coming from. You're saying that once they was in Egypt, that they didn't intermarry enough to have predominant Hamite blood, right?
Right.
Okay. Thank you, brother. All right. I'm ready to move on to Daniela.
All right. We're gonna go with you like to call me Prince or Minister, Daniela?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, both.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead, Prince Daniela.
Well,
tell him why you voted.
He's supposed to be asking me a question, or am I supposed to be talking?
Yeah, I'm asking you a question, brother. I'm asking you a question.
Right, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. All right, my fault.
All right. Now everybody understand that I'm using sequential questions along the same thing. So I'm moving from brother Trentis. Now I'm moving to Daniela. All of these questions that I'm asking, guys, are in sequence and to show my brothers the error of their ways. All right. Now, and again, I appreciate you judges for being here. I appreciate you guys tremendously. Now, brother Daniela, regarding the E1B1A gene, do you believe that the E1B1A gene is the Black Hebrew Israelite gene, as all Jews and Hebrew Israelites say that it is, brother? Yes or no?
Okay, I've heard that. I can't prove that myself. That's what they say. I'm going to answer like that. That's what they say. I can't prove that, and neither can you. Okay. That's what they say.
Okay. So do you agree? So you agree that that's what the geneticists and the scientists say, right, brother?
That is what I heard them say, but now I would like to elaborate. But go ahead, finish answering your question.
Okay, brother. Okay, now hold on. So my brother just agreed now that scientifically now that the E1B1A gene by scientists and geneticists say that the E1B1A gene, which is of Jews and Black Hebrew Israelites and others and Hamites who are the originators of E1B1A gene. Do you agree, brother, as I showed you, do you agree or disagree that the concentration, are you looking at my screen, brother?
I'm looking at it.
Do you agree or disagree with this map here? Let me pop it up. That the ultimate concentration of the E1B1A gene, if my screen is gonna pop up, is in West, Central, mostly West and Central Africa, as it is shown here on my screen as soon as it pops up. Right there, brother. Do you disagree with that, or agree or disagree, or you just don't know?
I'm going to tell you right now, I would have to do more studies on it. I'm not going to look at a map from Wikipedia, by the way, which we know Wikipedia is only as good as the person that wrote the article and only as good as the sources that they use. Nobody ever considers the sources that they leave out. So I'm not going to say that I agree with a Wikipedia article. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So you disagree with it then, right?
I'm not agreeing with the Wikipedia article. You'd have to show me better sources than that. I can go
Okay,
write
sir,
a article tomorrow.
Brother, hold on, brother. I need to ask you a question, get an answer, and move on. You vacillate.
He said he didn't agree with it, Black Jesus Minister. I heard him say that, brother. He don't agree with your he don't agree with your source.
Okay, that's fine. Now, dear brother, so you said that you're not sure about the E1B1A. You're not sure about the origin of it because this is a Wikipedia article. Okay. Now, dear brother, are not the sources listed, are not the scholarly sources listed at the bottom of every Wikipedia page, dear brother?
Absolutely, and I've also done videos showing information that have been left out because the person that writes the article is biased. I've shown that in videos I've done. So just because I'm answering you. Hold on. Just because a person writes a Wikipedia article and they put their sources does not mean that there are not counter sources out there that debunk the article. These are facts. I've shown it. So
okay, here we go. Okay. Brother, we got you, brother. We got you. Good. Now here's my last follow-up, and I'm gonna let you go. Right. All right, brother. Absolutely. Now, brother, since you disagree with the sources and this entire Wikipedia article, all right. Oh, god damn, brother, you just got to saying that you didn't.
I said I would have.
Come on now, let's keep it respectful.
But my brother's confusing the hell out of me.
I'm not.
You said on one hand, you said you don't agree. Another hand, you said you do agree.
I did not say that. Like Jesus Minister, you're just not listening to me. I'm going to say it one more time. I said you cannot present an article to me on Wikipedia without me going and looking at the source. I got to go through the article and look at the sources that are there and then look at what they left out. Then I can comment on the article. That's what I said.
Okay, now good. Now, let me ask you this question. If you go back and look at this Wikipedia article and check, and I'm going to challenge you in front of the whole world right now to go back here and look at these sources. If these sources are correct, according to your research after reviewing this information, would you be willing to change your vote? Now, this is a two-part question. It's my last. Now, if you disagree with this, what is the truth about the E1B1A? Where did it originate, Brother Daniela?
Okay.
Where did it originate?
I'm going to answer you like this, right? I would not change my vote, and here's the reason why. Because an Israelite's nationality is not based on genetics. Genetics determines your features, your characteristics, your traits. But according to the biblical text, your nationality is determined by your father. The Bible does not tell you that your genetics is based on your 50% your mother, 50% your father. That's not in the Bible. That's not in the Bible. That's genetics. The Bible does not teach genetics. So I don't agree with you. No, I wouldn't change my vote.
Okay.
Right.
All right, brother. Thank you very much.
All right, let's go on to the next judge. Okay, Black Jesus Minister, hold up. All right, now he answered as best as honestly as he could. You got to accept that.
All right, that's fine.
All right.
We ready to go.
And okay, now listen, we're going to get some more people in here after the judges, all right? Now, Neo Love, it's up to you. Go ahead and tell us why you voted for YirmeYah.
No, I got to ask him a question. Yeah, I got
okay, yeah, go ahead. My fault. Okay, go ahead.
I got to ask you a question now. Now to Brother Neo, do you accept the science of the E1B1A gene origin that I presented today, dear brother? Yes or no?
No, I don't, because I question the whole DNA process as a whole. That doesn't mean I don't believe that the Egyptians were Shemites, and I mean the Israelites were Shemites, but had Egyptian DNA in them. I just dispute the whole, idea of DNA testing as a whole. So I don't really accept that one, no.
All right, dear brother. Well, let me ask you a question. Here's my follow-up. Do you have issues with science at all, dear brother?
No, sir. I don't have an issue with science. I just don't take it as fact over everything. I don't take it as truth.
Okay. All right. That's my first question and my first follow-up. Okay. Now, my second question is, dear brother, are you not aware that that white Jews and black Jews in Africa and here in America all prescribe and subscribe to the E1B1A gene being a haplogroup marker of the black Jewish of Jewish and black Hebrew Israelite DNA. Are you aware of that, sir? Yes or no?
Yeah, I know that some Jews are accepting of that. I don't know that all Jews accept that.
All righty. Okay, now here's my follow-up, dear brother. Here's my follow-up to that question. Now, do you, dear brother, do you have any research and study or any science? Because you do say you still believe in science. Some sciences you don't believe, and I understand that. But do you have any research and any science to deny the science presented here tonight that the E1B1A gene originated in Africa, brother? Do you have any, sir?
No, I do not.
Thank you, brother. All right, my final question and my final follow-up. My final question and my final follow-up. My goodness. Let me pull my picture up. Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah.
All right, let me pull this up. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, computer. Get that for daddy. Don't freeze on me now. Let me hang this up. That's probably slowing me down. Let me go over here. I got to show this photo real quick. My last question to my brother. Come on, come on.
Now, do
right.
do Jeremiah just ask the judges 3 questions?
Okay. I don't know, Jeremiah. We'll see. Hold on. Okay, brother. Brother Neo.
Yes, sir.
Do you know who that is right there in the picture, Neo?
No, I don't.
That is Dr. Joseph Ben Yakinen, a famous anthropologist and historian. Dr. Joseph Ben Yakinen, a Pan-Africanist, a teacher and a scholar. All right. Look at this man's features. He is from Ethiopia, and he is a Falasha Jew. You see his face, brother?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, good, good. Let me get this next face up here. Let me get this next face up here. Now you see this? You see this? This Hebrew Israelite brother right here. This guy right here is an African. Do you see his face?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you. Now, do you see these Bantu pygmy tribe people? Do you see them, brother? Brown skin. Yes, you see that? Okay, good, good. All right, okay. Now, do you see this? Do you see this American slave with the whips and the whip cord scars on his back?
Yes, I do.
You see how nappy head and how beautiful his black skin is and how beautiful his nappy hair is, brother. You see that? All right.
What are you getting at?
Oh, I'm getting there, brother. I'm getting there. Here we go. Just about 2 more pictures. And I'm gonna let you go, brother, and we done.
All right, then Horace want to question the judge why they picked him.
No, he don't get no question. He don't get no questions, bro.
Oh, why not? He the winner. Why not?
No, he won the debate, brother. He don't get no questions. What you talking about?
We switching it up a little bit. Can he ask the judge why he thought they voted for him, bro? Oh, so you want me to debate and control the flow of the debate? Go ahead, Black Jesus Minister. It's your world.
Brother, we already reached that, brother. We already made the agreement. You did?
Okay, I'm gonna get that. All right, go ahead, man.
Neo, here go the last 2 pictures, Neo.
Yep.
Now, you see these African slaves on the slave ship, brother?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
All right, last picture.
I want to make a comment. My comment was based on that picture.
Based on what?
Based on that picture you just showed.
I got some information to bring to the table too.
Let me finish.
Which is a black and white.
Hold on. God damn.
Well, I want to respond to that comment. I mean, I want to respond to that picture.
Black Jesus Minister, chill out.
You asked me a question. This is part of my response.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
All right, my response is I went when you first brought this picture out, I went and Googled when photography was invented. Photography wasn't invented until 1839. The slave trade ended 20 years after that. So the pictures that you posted had to be towards the last 20 years of slavery, which doesn't address the color or the phenotype or the look of the slaves that was brought previously to that time. So to show a picture of some people that was brought towards the end of it doesn't say that every slave that was brought over here looked like that.
Right. Okay, hold on for a second. I stop for a minute. Okay, now look, brother. Yes, that picture of slaves on the slave ship was at the end of slavery when slavery was abolished. And well, not slavery was abolished, but the shipment of new slaves coming over from Africa, and there were illegal shipments of Africans who kept coming over here after it was illegal in America. So this is a slave ship photo of slaves who came over here illegally. Okay, so yes, you are correct. And again, brother, and to everybody who's listening to this right now, in response to what you said, go back and look at all of the slave photos. Go back and look at the slaves. Only a handful of them are light skin or brown skin as a result of slavery rape. But 80 and 90% of them are very, very dark skinned brothers and sisters who do not look like, and this is my question to you, Neo. Do you see this last picture I'm showing you right here?
Yes, I do.
Yes, and that's YAHUDAH Equiano, who was a slave brought over from West Africa. Do brother YirmeYah, do Jeremiah, and do Daniela, and do brother Trentis Wade is probably the closest brother who look like all of these jet black Africans we saw. Do any of these brothers look like these pure Hebrew African Israelites? Yes or no, brother?
Yes and no, they do, but they do look mixed also.
Oh, who looks mixed, brother?
All of us. Every person you name.
Okay. All the people that I just named, who looks like a little Aquino? Who look like him?
Everybody I named.
No, brother. Hold on. Listen, brother.
What did King David look like? Did King David look like that? If King David, hold up, bro. No, hold up. Did King David look like that? That's my question. What is he described as looking like?
Right.
Come on, man. Stop playing with us. Let's get back on point.
Sir Jeremiah.
Look, you playing games, bro. You lost. Take it as an L.
Lord have mercy, brother. I know I lost, brother. Now shut your goddamn mouth and let me ask my judge's question.
You asking a dumbass question. What did King David look like?
Hold up. I mean, your question is over, man. You didn't ask more questions.
Hold on for a second, man.
Until I shut my damn. Hey, bro, don't be disrespectful to the damn. Hey, the host of the show.
Hold on for a second. Okay. Now, brother, I'm finished, brother. I'm just about finished. And Jeremiah's not going to interrupt me asking these judges my 3 questions. Nor will you do that, YirmeYah. You won, brother. Be quiet. Goddamn, you ain't got nothing. What else is there to say? Let me finish my question. Okay? Now, brother Neo, can you hear me, brother?
Yes, I can.
Thank you very much, brother. So, brother Neo, out of the brothers that I just mentioned, and since Jeremiah injected himself in this conversation, okay? And I said to everybody, go back and look at the slave photos of slaves. Go look at them. Scary niggas, lying niggas, okay? And the majority of black Africans who came from the West Coast were very dark-skinned, God-kinky, cosmic hair people. These are your foremothers and forefathers. So my question to you to wrap this up so we can goddamn go, sir. Does Jeremiah Judah, does YirmeYah, does Daniela, does even Trentis Wade, who's the closest one that looked like them, do these brothers look like YAHUDAH Equiano and these other jet black Africans, brother? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, brother. Thank you for that dishonest answer, and I have made my point. Appreciate you, brother Neo. Appreciate you, brother Dan Yala, and appreciate you, brother Trentus Wade. To my Hebrew brothers, I love y'all to death, brother. And I'll be praying for y'all in the meantime, because as long as we keep continuing to reject science, the white man is going to always have his foot on our neck and on our head. And shame on you, brothers.
They don't want to ask me a question, Black Jesus.
There's no. Oh, who's that talking?
He won.
Who?
He won.
No, we done, brother. We done. We already done, bro. Thank you, brother.
All right, have a good one.
All right. Okay, so brother YirmeYah, appreciate you, brother. Any last words? We're gonna cut this off.
I believe Priest Daniela has said that he wanted to bring some points out. I want to get a brother an opportunity.
No, he's already spoken, bro. We done. Give me your last remarks, and we rolling.
Oh, okay. Well, all praise and glory to the Abba now, Yahweh, Shema Mashiach Yahushai. As you all can see, truth reigns supreme, right? And we're gonna stand with the Bible at the end of the day. All right. And stay strong, stay prayed up. We got hard and dark days ahead of us. So we have to keep the faith, man. We have to keep the faith and keep the brotherly love amongst us all.
All right, my brother. I thank you, brother. I love you dearly. Appreciate you for your time. And we're going to keep the faith, brother, because first of all, we do believe in God. We believe in Jesus. And that's what we're going to keep preaching, brother. But in the meantime, brother, stop being scared. Stop covering up the lie and go.
It's over, man.
Hey, I tell you what, I'm going to take a DNA test and you take one. How about that?
You going to pay for it?
No, I'm not going to pay for your DNA test. Money, man. Pay only $55, man. Pay for your own DNA test, bro.
I don't believe in a DNA test. I feel people proving that DNA tests don't work, bro. I don't believe in it.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, brother. I got you. I can't make you believe it. So, in other words, the white man reigns supreme. He gonna stay on top, and we're gonna continue to be some nigger nuts and street corner fools. So, anyway, love you, brother. All right. Shalom, everybody. Peace. Next time.
Yo, Neo.